Greetings, beautiful nerds. First of the new year with the survivors of Ashcaleen exploring the homebrew world of Odromia. I am excited to continue this journey with this group of anti-heroes, although sometimes heroes, as they encounter the world's many mysteries. But who better to introduce themselves than our wonderful cast, starting with Matt.
I remembered this time. Hi, I'm Matt, also known as Wartor Knight out there on the internet. And on this wonderful, wonderful series, I have the pleasure of playing Hord'n, former sergeant in the Red Guard of Ashcaleen, currently General do-gooder along with the rest of these people, and Genie-packed, specifically Dow Warlock. And yeah, we're happy to be here.
General do-gooder. You went from sergeant to general. Look at you.
I got a promotion.
Yeah.
Going places.
Yeah.
Taylor.
Hi, I am Taylor, otherwise known as Virus05 on TikTok. And I have the honor, the pleasure, the privilege, all the adjectives of playing Neska, a pure-blood Yuan-Ti Way of Mercy monk, who is slowly learning what emotions are, which is really exciting.
It is really
and
exciting.
terrifying.
And terrifying. Victor.
Hello, everybody. I am Victor _ the Story Weaver on TikTok. You can find me there, and all the many various personalities that take over from time to time. I am playing the once known IVAR the Banisher, eventually turned IVAR the Forsaken, and now restored as IVAR the Vanquisher, a paladin once upon a time Oathbreaker who has found a new calling after also finding a new Quorai spirit after he had to fight a dark nightmare that was pretending to be a Quorai within his spirit. And now with newfound purpose, he is ready to kick names and take ass.
Excellent. I love the Vanquisher, by the way. That's great.
Thank you.
And of course, as always, I am your friendly neighborhood dungeon master, Andy, aka Mr.DanDyDM, and I can be found on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and on all the other socials. If you happen to come across this episode and you enjoy it, please consider watching some of the other shows I DM for, such as Shadows of Ashcaleen and my brand new pirate D&D show, Our Flag Means Doom, coming to a YouTube channel, my YouTube channel, soon. We do, of course, appreciate all of you who have liked and subscribed and watched with us thus far, enjoying this story. And now that we've got our intros out of the way, let us dive into a brand new episode of The Survivors of Ashcaleen. Tight pressure grips your hand, Neska, as you feel Yonshu's hand in yours. His eyes just sort of wide as he sees your face for what feels like the first time. Sort of a renewed hope look in his face. You also look down and you see down the ladder into the passageway that you all discovered in the old Kalashtar's home. You see Jal, and you see Ivar. As you feel this pressure, this grip of Yonshu, he just looks at you and says, "Oh, gods, I thought I'd lost you. Where did you go?"
You thought you'd lost me?
Yes, 1 second you were here, the next you were gone, and now you were here. Again.
How
Guys,
much
you all
time
just
passed?
it was like, seemed like a minute or so, but you just suddenly vanished.
We were pulled into another dimension.
Eyes just getting bigger. What?
I do not fully understand it myself.
What is she talking about? And he looks at you, Ivar and Jal.
Well, you see, yeah, it was a completely different dimension where like everything was different. We met you, and you were actually a woman, and also owned a nice little cafe on the other side of town, and it was actually kind of glorious.
Give me a deception check.
You bet your ass I'm giving you a deception check. Yeah, 15.
He rolled a 2. Yonshu's eyes just suddenly get bigger and bigger, and he's like, I was a woman?
It was the strangest thing, because I always thought that Yonshu was like a more like masculine sounding name, but I don't know, maybe, I guess that I don't know much about Neska. What is your people called again? I always forget. I'm sorry.
Yuan tea.
No, we'll have tea later. What is your people called? Whatever, it doesn't matter. Yeah, nice little cafe. It was really, really, really nice little shop. Lots of like flower pots around and everything. It was great.
Yonshu, even though they are usually this very like stalwart, focused assassin, this sort of is throwing them for a loop right now. The idea that there are alternate versions of this world, parts of a multiverse, of different characters, that some of whom might actually bear the same name as him, and also might be female. He suddenly, you see sort of him just sort of like bend his knees a little bit. I think I need to sit down.
Yeah, you should. And he's gonna kind of like pat him on the shoulder and be like, "You should have seen Ivar. Whew, the teeth." And then he's just gonna turn and walk away.
He sits down at the edge of the ladder, just next to you, Neska. At this point, Ivar, what are you doing?
Ivar is hearing all of this, but he hears all of this. He's not paying attention. The moment that he came back, and he's back in that space below the stairs that he had seen before everything happened, his determination has not wavered. Like his goals continue to be, if anything, are reinforced by what just happened. And so when they come back and he sort of has the moment of like, he hears Yonshu, he's like, okay, Yanshu's here, we're back, I know I'm back. His eyes just turn into the darkness of that tunnel, and he's just staring at it quietly. He's just as if he was trying to he wishes he could just see and all the way till the end and just go follow it and find whatever it is that he needs to find and just have a target and just go for it. In his mind, probably he's trying to connect with his Quori, as if that vision that he's doing that he has no knowledge of fully tries to overlap with the old Kalashtar to see if he can basically follow the steps of once upon a memory of him walking through that tunnel and trying to understand where it may lead.
As you begin to do that, sort of willing yourself to see, you hear Val's voice, sort of very shakily, just come into your consciousness again.
Oh, okay. Promise me something, Ivar. Let's not do that. Let's not do that again anytime soon. The whole going back and forth thing, that was very scary.
I cannot promise you that, but we might have an opportunity to stop those who caused it.
Okay, I feel like we need to proceed with caution. The old man, he got to the end of this tunnel system that he had made, but he never felt that he had the strength to carry on past it. I think that's actually why he was relieved when you arrived, because he sensed that you, with me, might be able to fix a wrong that he just didn't have the strength to finish.
Then we shall finish what he started.
Are you saying this out loud?
No. You said that there were some symbols in this chamber, and I don't know if I'm remembering correctly, but I think you mentioned that the symbols seem to be an equivalence or something along the lines of protection from good and evil.
The symbols, not in the tunnel. They were not in the tunnel. There were symbols on a wall. During the last session, I described symbols being on the walls of the chamber that Rihanna was doing an incantation in.
Gotcha. Got it. So this particular, like the downslope or the area below the steps, there's nothing here other than just like.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. You're right. You're 100% correct. There were symbols that were in the area around the interior of the house. There were symbols that, for whatever reason, they protected you from all of you being lost.
Okay. I think the last thing he'll say to Val is, for now at least, he'll just ask, "Can you show me what he saw?" As he's still staring into the tunnel.
You're trying to recall a memory of the old one.
Yes. I'm sort of kind of trying to see if I can basically, in my mind's eye, do the journey of the tunnel.
Yep.
As he did while he was potentially like digging it and working through it.
Got it.
Just to see if I can get a sense of like this up to the point where it currently has been dug. That was like just a smooth sailing of like, regardless of effort, it was just like digging and that's it. Or if there are like other stuff that he encountered along the road up to the point that he did.
Okay. Give me an Arcana check.
Oh, it's a great start. That's a 5.
When you try to reach out with Val's assistance, you get the sense that it's like when you're trying to upload, like, this is a very dumb example, but I'm going to make it anyways because I had to do this recently. It's like when you take a ton of files and you're uploading them to a thumb drive or some kind of external hard drive. And you start the uploading process and it's doing it, but it's giving you like time, a duration. It's going to be like 10 minutes before you can upload 1,000 files into this external thumb drive or hard drive or whatever. That's basically what's happening with Val right now. They are in a new body. They're in a new mind, a new consciousness, but they still are retaining all of this stuff and they're basically backing it all up into this new vessel. So while you are able to get certain bits and pieces, it's like you can't get the whole picture. I will say the thing that you are able to glean from this series of images. The tunnel from your location heads west and north. This was dug over many years. This thing has been essentially almost a 5-year endeavor of him just carving, digging, reaching due to how old they are, reaching certain obstacles and then realizing they have to correct around these obstacles. Because Brecca, in and of itself, because of where it lies on the coast, this city has gone through several iterations of, buildings on top of buildings. Then the sand comes in, reclaims it. Then the city gets a little bit taller, or the music is paused. I paused it. Yeah. So this was over a period of 5 years that the old one was digging. But they did finish in a way. They got all the way to an exterior wall or the base portion of a foundation. And they realized that going through, there's not a doorway per se that you can like close after you've opened it. You break through, and then somebody knows that you're there. And he was like, I'm just one person. And I'm old. I can't do this. I need to wait, basically. And that is what you've gleaned. So you know that at the end of this tunnel, there's a wall. And that wall, on the other side of it, there is a structure that is connected to a larger structure that is somewhere within the city of Brecca.
Ivar is going to speak up and address the group.
In the meantime, before they do this, you're sort of re-entering into the conversation as you've had this interior or inside vote with Val. As you re-enter the conversation, Jal is in the middle of trying to convince Yonshu that they encountered a female version of them, who was a proprietor of a cafe and made frothy milks.
Ivar is not paying he's hearing, but he's becoming better at tuning out Jal's shenanigans when his mind is on a mission.
We'll see.
When he's on a mission, there's opportunities for it, but right now he's very. So he returns to the group as he says, "We should all get some rest. There's much to discuss and much to prepare."
Okay. From where just giving you guys, reminding you, it was morning when you started doing this, and you had just finished a long rest. That being said, you did experience everything, and so you're coming back into this world at this time, but you do still retain all of the things that happened to you in the other timeline. So based off of that, are there people that need to take a long rest?
I'm a warlock. That needs to be a short rest.
Yeah, I'm happy with a short rest.
Okay.
The HP, that's something that I actually might get that back with hit die. So a short rest would be fine.
I don't know if I get my spell slots back with a short rest, but
You don't.
No, you need a long
Only
rest.
I do because I'm cool.
I mean, I'm okay with a short rest. If that's the case,
Okay.
He'll just say, "Whoever needs to rest, we'll
So
make
you're
it
going to
brief."
take next, how long? How many hours?
At least one.
Okay.
I would say that he wants to use the rest potentially to relay some of the information about the tunnel to the group, and sort of like use that time to get a sense, so they know, and then so they can hopefully start planning the best course of action.
Alrighty. So we'll say you take an hour. Everybody, you were able to roll 1 hour's worth of hit dice that you would get returned back to you. Those of you who can regain spell slots or key points, please do. Okay.
So 1 hour is 1 hit die, yeah?
Correct.
Is that how you rule it? Yeah. Cool. That's my D8.
Damn, 2 spell slots coming back. And with those 2 spell slots, I'm at full strength.
Brilliant. Okay.
I got 3 health back from that.
I think I got something. 5. So.
Okay.
I mean, I have some spell slots that I'm gonna have not usable, but
It's fine.
it's fine. It'll buff out.
Fine. It's fine.
Okay.
Could let you use the Pearl of Power that Jal has. It don't work that way though.
So while everyone makes themselves comfortable, Neska will attempt to make some tea and just get some hard bread, some cheese and... No, what is it? Bread and hard cheese, some rations or whatever just to throw out so people can nibble on while we do this and discuss stuffs.
Okay.
Good old-fashioned Yuan tea charcuterie board.
Yeah. So you throw all that together. Yonshu helps you with the tea. You guys get everything together and everyone just sort of sits down, all of you sort of like draping your legs into the hole that descends down into the passageway. Yonshu seems to be steeling himself for things. Like very uncertain. They begin to share just like how their world momentarily was crushed and how it has come back and how they're still like processing that.
He was by himself.
For a minute. And he in many ways lost everything.
I didn't know that I meant so much to him.
Yeah. About that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Amazing. I don't know how to process or react to what he's telling me. Yonshu is clearly more advanced in understanding his own emotions than what I am. So I'm going to listen to everything he says, acknowledge his feelings and stuff. And if we're just sitting around the hole, I'll just put my hand over his and give it a reaffirming squeeze and just press my body against his. I missed you too.
He takes his arm and just sort of puts it around so that he's grasping your other shoulder and sort of holding you there. His touch is of course cold, but it's reassuring. He seems very relieved that all of you are there, especially Jal.
Classic.
The hour passes. You guys sit at the edge. You drink tea. It is relaxing. Good, hearty, Peshium wildland tea. And some very, I was about to say sandy, earthy bread with cheese that happened to be left by the old one. And the time passes. And then you realize that, thankfully, nothing has happened during that hour.
Sus.
I'm also assuming through that short rest, Ivar has relayed what he's remembered through Vel.
Yes. That was...
Yes.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he basically relayed the information of this tunnel took him 5 years to make. Many corrections, many directions, but it seems to lead northwest. And although it leads to no exit, it leads to a wall that leads into somewhere. And I think somewhere where we will need to be prepared should we step forward. I believe whatever lies on the other side is very strongly connected to what we are after. But we need to be prepared once we choose to go through. And we will also need to find out what will be the best way to get through.
So are we trying to he's gonna gesture to Neska and Yonshu and go their approach? Because I can't, and there's just a giant green fist over his fist and just be like, how much wall? I could do something. It's just very loud, which I don't have a problem with.
I think we can find for ourselves. We can find out for ourselves, find our way to the end of the tunnel, see what kind of wall or surface we are facing there. I think that whatever choice we do, whatever preparations we make, should not be just about what we do once we are inside. but up to this point, that tunnel is a secret, which means that we control what happens in it. And whatever forces may seek to come after us, should there be any forces to come after us. How wide is this tunnel? Like, is it like a single file?
It can fit about 2 people side by side.
Right. So we have a point of entry. We also have a funnel, and everything between one end of it to the other, we can prepare with as many things as we can, should we need to retreat. I'd like to think that there might be a way for us to proceed with this without having to worry about others knowing where this tunnel leads, and he gestures to the house. Nevertheless, sorry, what was the name of the little color star? My brain is...
I have it.
Gahareth.
Gahareth. That's right.
Nevertheless, Gahareth spent half a decade digging this. So, I'd like to believe that should it lead to something happening to this place, perhaps it was something he was willing to pay, as long as the mission was successful.
So, funneling some people down that tunnel, that's all well and good. We wanted to do a bottleneck type scenario. If we were getting chased, that's not bad. But unless we scorched earth on all of those people, somebody's going to eventually know that. So, are you talking about collapsing the tunnel, if need be?
Let us slow down for a moment.
Yeah, we're slow.
We know the tunnel. We know there's a wall. Perhaps it is time we take a walk outside and try to find out, where does the tunnel actually lead?
Okay.
Excuse me, I don't mean to interrupt, but Jal, you were able to control Earth in some aspects, right? I've seen you blast people through it.
If you call that controlling it, as well as, like, if you wanted me to fix something, not so much, or bend it to my will, not really. Going through it, I can do that forcefully, not like a ghost through a wall, but like a bomb through a wall, maybe like a battering ram through a wall. I can do those.
I see. So, not necessarily a quiet, stealthy approach, then.
Yeah. Which, I mean, again, fine by me, but we have 2 very hidden, very potent daggers that if we can utilize those, probably not a bad idea. Holy crap, am I strategizing? I haven't done that ever.
I believe it. Anyhow.
Was that a compliment?
I think that is what they call shade.
Ah.
In any case, I would presume that I don't have information yet from Gahareth, for Gahareth's memories, as to what the structure is behind that wall.
No, he's never been on the other side.
Noted.
But does he remember where he was digging the tunnel to?
Based off of the information, it is going northwest, which would check out, given that when you guys were talking, and you were talking about the Nightmoors, you do know that the Nightmoors reside in a northwesterly direction away from you.
So, clearly, going in the open for us may not be as safe now that we know what we are facing. Nevertheless, it might not be a bad idea to attempt to follow the direction of the tunnel on the outside and see
I
what we
agree.
find. What?
I said I agree. That's kind of in line of what I was talking about, because if we're gonna, like, again, worst case scenario, I know that we're slowing down, but if the plan does that all in the future, we're considering retreating through that tunnel and we have to blow it. I have to know what's above it. Because I mean, it's all good that they can't follow us through, but if we make a chasm in the middle of the city, it's gonna be a little noticeable.
Indeed.
We don't know how far the tunnel leads. We just know it heads in a general direction.
So
In the
I
northwest
just
direction.
want to clarify. Fatima did or did not share with you what they saw in the scry of the Mephistar?
I think she shared it with me.
Oh,
At
so
least.
shared they shared the images they saw from the eye of the Mephistar.
I think so. Because I remember being like, if that's an information, and I think we mentioned it during the session, and
That's right. Okay,
I
so
think she literally just told Ivar because
we were in the walk, because we were
Yeah.
walking as a group, and
yes,
Fatima and Ivar were like next to each other, and they were talking, and I think that was
and
the
she
moment
mentioned that she had seen you, which means that when they shared all of that information, they shared how they saw it. They saw it initially from a top down, they saw the world of Odromia first, and it's like when you look on Google Maps and you slowly zoom in, and
Yeah.
suddenly you're on Street View. That's basically what they saw. So you know the direction where this tunnel might lead, what the building looks like that it might go to. If it is the Nightmare Estate, which you can assume it is, then you know that this structure that was then zoomed in upon where Rihanna was doing this spell, she was conjuring this magic and she was eliminating people from the timeline. You know it lies beneath the Nightmare Estate.
Yes. I'm gonna say Ivar to justify why he hasn't mentioned it. There is a moment where you see Ivar as if the downloading files thing and the fact of jumping to a different timeline all of a sudden is able to like give him a rest in his head, and he's finally like processing some of what happened in the other alternative reality, and he just has a moment of, there is a chance that Rihanna might be on the other side of that wall.
Then we would have the element of surprise.
on somebody that we have established has used and then betrayed us and dropped 2 buildings on myself and Ivar. 2, not one. One would be bad. 2 buildings.
Fatima, in the other reality, spoke to me of a vision she saw through her magic. She saw Rihanna in a chamber underground.
I'm sorry, hold on. You saw Fatima again?
We did.
Yeah, in the other world where you were a woman.
Give me a deception check again.
With disadvantage, because Jal is probably Ivar's going to be like, Jal.
Disadvantage?
Yes.
I'll say yes.
Because the one that I rolled was a 16 on the die.
I rolled an 18.
Well, it was 16 on the die.
With
so
mods.
if that one is the low roll, that's going to be a 24. But apparently I have disadvantage because somebody... No, I'm kidding.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 12, so it's a dirty 20.
I mean, technically with an 18, yeah, he's at a 21. So thankfully,
These kind of things only last so long.
Yonshu just sort of like he's taking his arm back from around you, Neska, and he sort of like just sort of lightly nudges you with his elbow. I'm sorry, I'm still getting my bearings, but I feel like Jal is having me on right now.
Just a little bit.
Jal is, Ivar is not.
So I was not a woman?
No, we didn't
No.
see you at all.
I wasn't there?
No, we didn't see you
No.
one bit. But we
I
did see
don't know.
Fatima.
During
and
this hour, did
all
you
of her
share
friends.
anything or everything that you encountered?
Probably would have, I'd imagine.
So I'm to understand that you all went back or to a different time, a different Brecca,
Different Brecca, yeah.
where I was not there,
No.
but
Well,
you
we
ended
didn't
up
see you.
meeting Fatima again, and you saw her friends, and
But those were from this timeline. They got pulled with us somehow.
okay, and you ended up meeting a dwarven king.
Yeah.
That is very interesting because from
You know,
our
the Queen
from our
Nylily.
intelligence,
Nope, sorry.
we had a queen on the throne of the dwarfs. So that is interesting.
Yeah, Fiery Flint Mace. And I didn't even ask now that I think about it. Who knows what happened to her?
Different timeline, alternate universe. Some people exist, some people do not.
And
I don't believe we existed there. We were pulled.
makes the mind go places, goes to crazy things.
Like if you were a woman.
No,
Jal.
Jal, I think we've moved past whether or not I was maybe not a female. But if there's a dwarven king on the throne, and there's a dwarven fleet, I wonder what that means for our people back home in this alternate universe.
I'm not sure. They knew of the Peshian wildlands. I'm going to pull out the origami flower. That's...
Rexusa.
Susa.
Thank you! Had made me.
Oh, it's a insert name of native flower that
Yep.
I have never thought of before. A piece of flora native to the Peshian wildlands. Oh, this is excellent. Oh, this is lovely. And you're saying the head advisor of the Dwarven Lords gave you this?
Yes. He had been there.
Interesting.
Came out changed, but not in the way we know people to change.
So you're saying his experience of the Peshian wildlands was pleasant?
It seems so.
That is very interesting. Huh. Oh. I don't like the idea of not existing. That is a scary thought. I would like very much to continue to exist.
So then let's
Then I
stop
will-
Rihanna.
Indeed.
It's a shame to have been, how you say, hoodwinked for so long. To trust someone and then find that they've been wishing nothing but your demise.
And yet, her own weaving of this plot may become her downfall. For it was her presence that made us choose to bring her here. And it will be by our hand that we will stop her.
So to be clear, we are trying to stop her from doing this again.
And anything else they may be using and the reason for it.
Fatima told you that she was extracting energy from weapons of magic, weapons of power,
Artifacts, I believe was the word.
and artifacts.
She mentioned there was a book upon which she seemed to be removing names from. There is a possibility that it was that very magic that led three of us end up where we were. And if the results of what happened at the end in that other reality were to be recreated here, the results could be catastrophic.
Well, my mind's made up. I say we go. Sounds like way too much power in one individual's hands.
You know,
we know how to handle people like that. He looks over at Neska, just sort of nudges them a little bit.
Well, that's
what were you saying, Ivar?
First things first, and Ivar is going to stand up. He's going to reach for a torch, and he's going to light it up as he looks at the group. We explore the tunnel. We study it. If possible, we try to understand its direction. And after we have gotten a better understanding of it, we take to the streets. Try to find the result of what lies above. Does this seem like a good course of action?
I already thought you knew what lies above, based off of what Fatima told you.
Still, she saw the chamber where Rihanna was. We do not know what lies above the chamber or around it. We cannot just enter the chamber expecting it to be just that.
Sorry, you actually do.
Oh,
based off of what Fatima told you of, because they explained in detail that what they saw was the Nightmare Estate, and beneath it, like when they went and zoomed in underneath it, that is where they discovered Rihanna. So they know that the Nightmare Estate is above.
okay. So we do. So technically speaking, we do know where that wall leads.
Yes,
But we don't know what part of the estate
Right.
we're under.
But we are. So it is safe to assume that no matter what, once we go through that wall, we're going to be in the Nightmare State.
Yes.
Still, how big is the Nightmare State?
I imagine it's
I mean,
pretty
you
big.
kind of well, actually no, because when it's fairly large. It takes up a good chunk of it. Bleeds actually from the amethyst worm like region of the city of Brecca into Sharktown.
I think that's part of the reason why Ivar may want to potentially like scout the place.
I value your opinion, Ivar. If I may, usually when you are trying to be as hidden, as stealthy as possible, and a route that does not reveal your location affords itself, that is usually the best route to take. If we were to go above ground, we would be opening ourselves up to many eyes, yes? Nobody else knows about this tunnel, correct?
Correct. Or so I believe.
So, and you can see Yonshu's just sort of his inner workings, like he's trying to like strategize throughout all this, like go through all of the steps, like track like every aspect of the timeline of us being in Brecca. We arrived in Brecca yesterday. We had the altercation in the alley. We then made our way to this house off of your leading. Neska gave us overwatch and made sure that we were not being tailed at any point.
It is safe to say, unless the enemy has been following us this entire time via some magical means, which we do not know, they are not aware of this tunnel. This, I think, might be the safest bet. And potentially, it might give us the element of surprise should a conflict arise.
So, who else thinks that we are ready to go knock on the Nightmare State?
No. I agree with your original plan, Ivar, to scout above. We know where this tunnel leads, but we do not know what awaits us there. They are a powerful family. It may not be hard for Rihanna to summon guards. Help. We would be greatly outnumbered.
In addition to that, minions that explode, just saying. Like, there's a lot of things going on there that I'd at least, even I'm not dumb enough to go charging in there just yet.
To give us the element of surprise, absolutely. We should smash through that wall. But she was also siphoning energy off artifacts that we do not know. There are too many unknown variables. I think we should scout, try and find an exact location of where this tunnel leads. There has to be another entrance. Perhaps insert ourselves inside the house.
I say,
Or
let us go down, explore the tunnel, become familiar. We will take it one step at a time.
I agree. We should at least peek down the tunnel. That way we'll know exactly how long it is. You know, count your steps, what have you. So we can kind of guess where it's going to pop up in, or at least what side of the estate. And we can also try to maybe guess on whether or not, or the depth of the tunnel. So, I mean, if we're on basement level 1, you know, that's all well and good. But what if we end up on basement level 5, level 10? We don't know what's underneath there.
That
A
is
cave in on
valid
that.
point.
a cave in at that depth would be devastating.
We also have to assume that if they have that kind of magic and that book and artifacts are that important, there will be magic protecting it.
True. Artifacts. Did Fatima say what kind of artifacts?
Weapons. There were weapons. There were books. There was. I believe that she mentioned that Rihanna was using a stone of some kind to flip through different people and then removing them.
And she was just siphoning it from all manner of different artifacts.
Yes.
I mean, if we wanted some, when the time comes, if we wanted some kind of diversion, I guess you could say. I don't know if I'd call it an artifact, but she's at least seen it do some pretty crazy shit.
Wait, what?
You're referencing the ring.
Yes. It's on his right middle finger.
Are you trying
I
to
could find-
propose? Are you trying to propose an approach of negotiation and dialogue? Subterfuge?
Well, if we wanted a distraction, pretty sure anything that I would do at their front gates in broad daylight, for the most part, at least I won't die. They'd probably at least bring me inside, especially if I'm saying her name. Maybe we'd talk. Maybe she'd be interested just because this thing's on my hand.
That is a lot of assumptions.
Joel, I
That's
think
me.
I would very much. I do not like that idea at all.
Yeah, but that's
You
fine
are-
because you guys just come in from the back door.
Well, whether I use the back door or not, you are still incredibly squishy.
Yeah, that's why we're just talking.
I say, let us proceed. And Ivar is going to start walking toward the ladder.
It's an idea. It's an idea. And he starts following Ivar down.
Yonshu joins.
So I say Ivar is going to...
Does Neska follow or no?
Neska's really conflicted on what to do. She'll look to Yonshu and let him decide.
Hold up, everyone. Neska? Do you have a misgiving or strategy you wish to propose?
She knew that she was being scryed on. How do we know she now has not implemented the same tactic on us? How do we know she's not listening to us right now? And what if she's aware of the tunnel? What if she heard it being dug?
I can only think that if she knew that there was a tunnel being dug, she would have eliminated the problem long before it got to this point. Although to be fair, she is only just now arrived in Brecca, which means that the chamber that she was in that is opposite this tunnel was perhaps not being used. So still, that would mean she would not have any knowledge of this tunnel being on the other side of this wall.
Let us go down. We can at least see where potential traps can be laid should we need to make a hasty escape. Or we know, yes, we should go down and follow the tunnel to know exactly where it is in the wall and set traps coming back so we know it's here and we can use this as an escape route rather than trying to fight our way out of the estate. If we can get in through Giles' swagger, then we can escape this way, trap them, cause cave-ins.
Well, your way would need us all to go in, or me to just get down to where this tunnel is. Should probably get.
I'm not stupid enough to let you go in by yourself.
Why not?
As Yonshu said, you are squishy.
And your mouth tends to get you in trouble.
But that's the idea. If I'm trying to get in trouble, to get inside, to get disciplined, you know.
Jal, if you were to do that, and we're supposed to be waiting in the tunnel, that also means that we do not have sight of you, nor an easy access to protect you. Whatever happens between the door and wherever you end up, should anything go untoward, we will not be able to help you.
And if she wants your ring, she will just take it.
You guys are sounding like my old lieutenants, but fine.
Or her father, or her brother.
Oh, do we know, has Ivar shared the fact that he saw her with her brother? Okay.
I mean, did I know it was her brother?
I think it was strongly assumed.
I mean, resemblance.
Technically,
maybe,
no.
But
I mean,
technically,
there is a slight resemblance there.
Yeah.
I don't know why I said that in an accent, but there is a resemblance to be found. But you're right. You wouldn't necessarily know that it was her brother. And you'd actually, thinking about that, you wouldn't necessarily know anything about her father either. All you know is that there's a Nightmare.
Yeah, we know we've so far we've gathered information, I think also with the help of like Fatima and the rest, that the Nightmares are trouble.
Yes.
So I do know that at some point I did rely, when I finally revealed that Rihanna actually betrayed us, was because I saw her going through that portal with someone.
Yes.
Someone else, and she smiled and she disappeared through the portal. So it wasn't like she was in danger or anything. She actually like just left. And she was with someone else of like similar age, I would presume, potential likeness, but nobody that we would know.
Right.
Yeah. So, sorry, I keep getting obsessed with the thing. Are there symbols on the chamber down the steps that lead into the tunnel?
There were symbols on the floor right above, surrounding the entrance to the tunnel.
And did I get a sense with the help of Val as to what these symbols were?
They were protection symbols.
Would I be able to get a sense that symbols like that could potentially protect the area against things like scrying?
Give me an Arcana check.
Well, Fatima was able to scry.
You're right. They were
Who-
able to see you all. So no.
Oh,
Although technically it is the eye of the Mephistar. So that's,
I rolled a 15,
A-
so I don't know if
a
that gives me
different-
any.
yeah. I will say that if somebody were to if someone were to try and use a scrying spell, they might not be able to see you. It might protect you from that kind of view. But then again, that would not explain how Yonshu disappeared. From your perspective, Yonshu disappearing. And then with the eye of the Mephistar, though, that is a sacred holy object. That is a little bit different.
Were the symbols in both dimensions?
No.
So they're just in this one.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Ivar is going to lead the party to the tunnel if they are in agreement.
And we're back. Yes. Sorry, there's a lot of discussion that took place trying to figure out, and then I realized, oh, we need to say this before we continue. All right. So you find that rug. I'm assuming you cover over these symbols, and then you proceed. The rest of you guys all proceed down this tunnel.
Yes. And, he probably would inform, to the party, I believe these are for protection against good or evil.
Okay. As you proceed down this tunnel, every 20 or so feet that you get from the stairs, you do notice that there are braziers on the walls where you are able to light them and provide illumination as you proceed through the tunnel.
Wow, this is reminiscent.
I was thinking the same thing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, reminiscent of another time in another city, other sewers, and vampires.
Where are the vampires?
After a while of you guys walking down this tunnel, you kind of lose track of time. It is a long walk. And you've been walking for a while. You can still see the faint, dim light of the entrance to the tunnel where the house is. But it has been you've been walking for a while now. Go ahead.
I'm going to say that Ivar would have closed the door above.
You don't see that light anymore.
Yeah. Torches, if they're the razors, then that's what we see.
Yeah, you see the torches. You do get the sense, though, you've been walking a long time, and as you look back, you can definitely see that the tunnel does curve and wind. It's not a straight line. Gahareth was not the most ingenious architect. This thing does move, and you can actually see at certain points where he encountered the foundation of another building. And in some places, you can see water or moisture seep through the walls, and there's turning the ground slightly muddy as you proceed down this tunnel. Sometimes you can even hear the faintest of voices coming from these other foundations, so you can assume that, oh, this is another living structure that Gahareth encountered the foundation and had to move around or dig around it. At times, there's also some complex root systems that you see sprouting from the walls, leading you to believe, oh, there's trees above us. You continue on this path for an hour as you're walking. At some points, this tunnel system does dip, and then sometimes it elevates. You can definitely sense the change in elevation. It actually helps you with keeping track of how long you've been walking or what the distance is and sort of measuring it.
On that subject, since you said that it's about every 20 feet, Jal would be counting how many braziers he's lighting. I'm not gonna ask for the number, but just so that using that I could have it, I could have a rough estimate once we get there how far this tunnel is.
Yep. Yeah. Keeping those numbers in your head, you're sort of counting it out 20, 20, 20. Every 20 feet, you're lighting a brazier.
Even with the like twists and turns, he's going to know, all right, when we get there, the number's not going to be exact anyway. So even if it's not exactly 20 feet, like this one's 25, this one's 19, whatever, he's going to have a rough estimate.
Yeah.
You can make like little notches next to the braziers. So you're like, 20. Oh, no, shit. That one was 25.
Mile marker 25.
Yeah. Because I would lose track. I would go, wait, what number am I up to?
He's saying it out loud so people can keep him on track.
1 Mississippi, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3, 1 Mississippi, 2, 5.
I forget. Let's go back to the beginning. Start again.
And so it is. The journey ends up becoming a 12-hour journey.
Okay. As you get to about the 300 torch marker,
oof,
you realize you guys we've been walking. We've been walking for a while. So much so, Jolly, you may even have like gone back, retraced your steps back to a previous torch just to make sure that the torch numbers are continuing to grow as you proceed. They are. And you continue to make your way. Guys have been walking. You get to about the 400 torch mark. And at this point, there are no more. It's almost like Gahareth figured out the math of where he was, and you're not seeing any more foundations sort of like change the path of. Suddenly the tunnel gets very straight, and it looks like he got to the right depth in the sands or in the earth as he made his way. And it's at this point, after you get to about the 450 torch mark, that you can see the end. It's still a long ways away, but it's a straight shot now. You get all the way, and as you get to the end, you feel the ground beneath you ever so slightly begin to vibrate. You sense vibrations in the ground beneath your feet. Jal, you are still counting off each torch that you encounter. You get to about 30 feet away, and you see directly ahead of you, there is what appears to be a wall. And as you reach that wall, Jal, you light torch 528. Doing very quick math, you realize that you've been walking for 2 miles in very rough terrain.
Not me having a calculator up as this is happening.
Not me using Google as a calculator. As you approach this wall, you do see that, similar to other foundations that you have encountered, there is moisture that has leaked out onto the floor of the tunnel, which leads you to believe that there is some kind of damp moisture on the other side. Perhaps some runoff from the sewer system. Perhaps it's just where the water has just leached into the ground. You can't be sure without seeing what's on the other side.
Can we detect, sorry if this was explained, where specifically the vibrations coming from? Like, is it directly below our feet, or is it the entire tunnel giving off these slight vibrations? Like, if I run my hand along the wall.
Can I Can I help?
Yes.
Oh, I appreciate deception. Oh, okay. Thank you for the help. 22 for perception.
As you get closer to the wall, you realize that the vibrations that you feel beneath your feet are actually getting stronger as you approach the wall, and they seem to be emanating out from it.
Is this the wall that, like the end of the tunnel? Like this is
Yes.
the wall? Okay.
This is the wall, yeah.
Have we arrived to
Yeah, we're at the
Okay.
wall now.
our? I had
Would
a
this be a?
plan
Can I detect whether or not the vibrations are like a pulsing of magic, or if there is something inside that room working, like some sort of machinery that's digging? Oh no!
Okay, don't freak out. The song is
I'm
literally
freaking out.
entitled Dark Corridors. Like, that's what it's called. Like, there's, like, I don't know what you want.
It's just that
I'm
she
dead.
starts asking questions.
I am
You
dead.
put the music in. It's just like, oh no,
Oh no!
oh no.
I'm so happy. You're muted, fam. I don't know why that happened.
Oh Lord.
Was I muted when I was just asking that?
I think so.
Oh, bugger. Is it mechanical or magical? Like, can I hear anything through the wall? Can I determine what's causing these vibrations? Whether we can use that to our advantage, or if it's like
You rolled a 22.
I did.
Are you like touching the wall to see if you sense the vibrations? Got it.
Yes, I was like, where is this coming from?
As you run your hand across the wall, it is definitely coming from the other side of the wall, potentially on the other side, like directly on the other side of this wall. At first, vibrations in your mind trigger a thought, and it's immediately takes you back, Neska, to when you were first undergoing training in the order of monks that you belong to within the Yuan-Ti. And you remember a certain instructor. Can't remember their name, but... And you almost get hung up on the fact that you can't remember their name. Damn. But the fact that this instructor was teaching you the difference in heartbeats and was telling you what kind of what a heartbeat, when you are detecting it in another person, what kinds of heartbeat indicate certain things about that person, and mainly in how to detect lies and whether people are lying to you when you're interrogating them. You're not interrogating anyone right now, but the vibrations and the feelings that you're getting in your hands and your fingers as you run it across the wall, the pulse feels like a heartbeat. Sorry, can't keep a straight face. I'm just looking at Joel. And
Both of you.
It's just like watching.
What? Why do I get it, but my boy is so dumb?
Well, you're not the one who's investigating right now.
I know I'm not. I'm just the guy in the audience going, "No, turn around! No, the killer's behind you!"
Don't
Like that
open the
perverted-
closet
Don't go
door,
into
you
the
moron!
basement!
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's how I am right now, and I can't even do anything about it in game because Joel doesn't know.
It's gonna cost me a key point if I want to do it, but
There's
I don't want to
actually-
spend a key point.
there's actually something that I realized too.
I'll relay what I'm feeling as well.
Okay. All right. You tell Jal, Yonshu, Yonshu's actually, there's like a small like smirk that plays upon his lips of admiration as you explain like something that is very unique to you and something that you is like a skill that you have. You relay this information regarding the heartbeat pulse that you feel is coming from. It's like boom, 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 boom.
You mean it's like a heartbeat, or it is a heartbeat?
The pulse and the vibration, it has this sort of the same pattern. It feels like a heartbeat.
Can I detect any key in it? It's like knowing how the heart works and flows in the body can align to certain pressure points and key points in the body that I would use to target, to stun and everything like that. Can I detect anything like that? Or, a little more specifically, what does the wall actually feel like? Like, is it giving any warmth? Is there a slight give to it?
There's no warmth.
Okay.
It feels very much like a wall. It feels solid at this point. It definitely looks like the thing that you recognize about the wall in particular is that it is pristine. What you are looking at is very like you could picture this wall on the outside and not underground looking this pristine. As if Gahareth, when they were digging, they literally gift wrapped this wall to whoever found it, whoever made their way down this tunnel, and they dusted everything off to make sure that you guys would be able to, or whoever, would be able to access the wall itself and not just the earth around the wall.
You're saying that we're basically looking at the backside of like the mortar of this? Like not stone and earth. We're looking at like
The actual wall.
a worked
It's a stone wall that
It
has
is
been
it is
built.
it is a foundational wall.
Okay.
Dang.
So we can gauge the depth of this wall then. Like if it's like 5 feet, or if it's less, or if it's more.
Oh, there was. Hang on. Well, if it's. Sorry. The vibrations you said I could detect feel very much like a heartbeat. The wall is a wall, and I can't detect any key. I'm just
No.
picking up a heartbeat. Okay.
Or a heartbeat-like sound
A heartbeat
or
like.
vibration, right?
Yeah.
Sir DM,
See?
being that it's taking a while for us to walk and get here,
Yes.
and now we are facing the wall itself, which has been prepped for us, could Ivar attempt once more, with Val's help, to try and tap into Gahareth's recollections of this end point of this wall to see if Gahareth ever heard something different from the other side of the wall, especially since it appears he spent a lot of time cleaning it and prepping it, or if he may have found or left anything relevant in this endpoint.
Okay. Give me an Arcana check.
That's great. I'm going to use my physical die. And I never do that again. At 1, I am taking the word of Matt about not using dice of other play characters for other characters. Never again.
Dice juju is a thing.
Never again. Bad juju of the dice is real. I am a believer. I apologize to the dice gods. May they forgive me. Help action. Sorry, a little cough in there.
You're trying to communicate with your Kalishtar. We can't help with that.
Val, help action. Val. Val, help me.
Windows has crashed. Sorry, specified file has not been found.
Damn it. I should have picked a Mac.
Val.exe is no longer responding.
Oh, damn it.
I was just sitting with piles of paper, files, and everything just around her. It's like, this organization is taking much longer than I
Oh my
thought.
god, I'm so overwhelmed.
I just imagine the typical like desk with all like the towers of like papers, and Val's eyes are just like,
Pretty much.
Put all the stuff on training over there. I put all the stuff on, these parts of Ivar's lights over there. And
They're just
that's
like
the
they're just like
trauma
grabbing
pile.
random pieces of paper that they see, and they're like,
It does. More piles
and then
falling
suddenly a breeze comes in and blows the pieces of paper, and they're like,
The breeze in Ivar's mind.
Poor darling.
It's Ivar's mind working against the spirit. Val needs a raise.
I don't get paid nearly enough for this. Bullshit.
You don't get paid.
Exactly.
oh Lord.
Getting back into this, it is a pristine, perfect wall. There's not even like a mouse hole or anything, right?
it looks like whatever Gahareth did was possible. They even like dusted it off, and like at this point you can see like where the grout and the brick and mortar are all meeting together.
Do I notice if there's anything like potentially Gahareth like writing on the stone, making marks or symbols, or leaving
Give me an
messages?
investigation check.
Could I then help that, considering I'm already there?
Sure.
Thank you. 12.
I gave you advantage. Was that with advantage?
Yes.
Oh no.
Ivar is not.
As you are investigating Ivar, you're seeing Neska doing what they're doing, and you start to pass your hand over the wall. You also get the feeling of the vibration and the pulse, but you're specifically looking for any signs that Gahareth may have left. You're not finding anything. Which, in some ways, might be comforting. Because if Gahareth were to leave something, he wouldn't necessarily hide it from you.
Fair. I know that this is technically speaking probably not gonna do anything, because it cannot be anything that is not behind total cover. But I'm just gonna cast Divine Sense, just in case.
Okay, throw that in the chat again.
I basically can detect good and evil within 60 feet, but I know the location of any celestial fiend undead within 60 feet, but it does say that it is not behind total cover. And so technically speaking, we are
behind total cover.
Behind a wall. So, but should anything happen on the other side of things.
But then again, you'd just be able to see it. So
yeah. Well,
the wall's in the way here.
60 feet, though, if anything.
I see what you're saying.
But that only lasts for a turn. So, technically speaking, that's very brief. Till the end of my next turn. So, 12 seconds.
His Majesty, Lord DM. Okay, I'll bring up the general idea to the party if we wanted to try. Like, not in character yet, but to the players. If we wanted to try to make a small hole to try to view through, are we for or against that idea? So we can get some sort of semblance of what's on the other side, like potentially something small along the bottom, so that if anything, it could be assumed it was like a mouse hole, or potentially small enough that we could fill it back in.
I'm for that. I am deathly curious as to what's beating. But I'm terrified if we smash our way through this wall, we are going to explode.
Yeah, I don't want to smash through. Well, I do want to smash through, just not yet.
My concern is how much effort it will be required for us to make it through to the other side of the wall.
Yeah, we don't know how thick it is. So this could be a good experiment.
Yeah, but that also makes me concerned about whatever roles or things we will need to do in order to make that happen, that could potentially, without us knowing, somebody
Triggers
may
something.
notice on the other side, and then if we don't notice that they noticed, that means that whatever we do after that could potentially be already anticipated. So, like, if you were to tell me that there was a way to like create a magical hole that we don't even have to dig or make any physical like attempts that could, be detrimental to the place, yes, but I still am concerned. It's concerning. I'm not against it, but I am concerned.
Well, that is valid points, especially if my suspicions are correct. I guess you have a good point.
Yeah. And again, like I said, we don't know the thickness of this wall. So like we don't know whatever we're planning on doing with it. If we're like trying to strike, even if it's a small amount, we don't know what that process is going to be once we start.
So using a metal tool, that would have like a scraping shing sound or like some reverberation that would be like, oh, someone's digging on the other side.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
Yeah, wouldn't. It would take way longer. But if you like twisted it, sort of like drilled a staff or a bit of wood into it, it's going to take way longer. But that could potentially
kind of what I was
sound,
thinking.
yeah, like a mouse digging.
But
that's going to take so long to do, though.
If they were going to hear anything, wouldn't they have heard him clearing a almost 10-foot wide tunnel just behind this wall?
To be fair, we don't know how he did the last bit.
We just know he found it and he's cleaned it, supposedly.
Sir DM, this wall, is it like a solid wall or is it like stone, like bricks?
Bricks.
Wall? Could there may be
a hole already
at the base of it, perhaps a brick that looks potentially as something that could, if very delicately and slowly, dug
moved
through the edges of the brick, potentially be Jenga.
Or is a brick already loose and we don't have to do shit?
Is there a peeping hole?
I would like, yeah.
Give me.
Are there any peeping holes? If not,
give me an
are there
investigation check.
Wait, what's your investigation? What's
my
your
investigations? I have a +4.
Okay, then I'll help you.
Okay.
I will help too, even though it doesn't give you any sort of mechanical benefit.
Jal is just like holding Irish.
Yes. Yes.
I need to take a
Yes.
photo of this. Natural 1 and a natural 20.
Yes.
Boom.
Ooh.
Take your photo. This is nuts. So 24.
24. Okay. Sorry. Give me a brief moment.
Gonna be hilarious if after this is
So
the equivalent
scary.
of the. Have you tried just opening the door?
Yeah, there's a door right next to it, guys. Like,
That'd
come
be
on.
hilarious. Like we like walk away and there's like
There's
a
a knob.
like it's literally like a fucking hole with like a lens and everything installed, and we're like, yeah, no, we just couldn't figure it out.
It's like that scene in Princess Bride where Inigo Montoya like sticks his hand in the knot, or sticks his sword into the knot after like asking for guidance. He finds it by chance.
Yes.
Okay. As you begin to, this is Neska doing it, correct?
Yes.
As you begin to pass your hand again over the individual stones, you're now specifically looking for loose stones.
Or peepholes, yeah.
There are no peepholes.
Okay. Loose stones.
You do, as you are passing your hand over, you,
Set up a trap.
as you're passing your hand over, down in the bottom right corner of the tunnel space where there are individual bricks that are, you see, as you're passing your hand over, the mortar in one particular area. It's like a 5 foot by 4 foot space, the mortar is slightly rougher, different. And there is ever so slightly a little bit of give.
Ivar, you're stronger than I am. Help me move this. Carefully.
Ivar follows his attention. Whereabouts is this brick? In, like,
It's the bottom right hand.
bottom right? Okay. Ivar will attempt to potentially just see if he can get a handle of it. How big is this brick? Like, is it? Do I need to? Would I need to like
It's
use
about.
both hands?
It's about 1.5 to about 1.5 feet by 1.
It's like a cinder block.
Exactly.
That's a big brick.
Question: if Ivar were to use his hand to dig on the floor where the brick is, would there be another brick underneath it?
You don't know.
If I were to dig, like if I were to just like try to attempt to dig with my hand, just like I'll just basically reduce. I mean, I don't know how thick the earth is in this place,
Okay.
but if he basically was
So you
like
just want to start digging to see if there's brick underneath?
he wants to start, yeah. So instead of reaching
Got
the stone first, I just want to like just lower it to see.
Got it. As you begin to slowly dig carefully, you do see that there is stone that goes down below where Gahareth finished.
Does the cinder block has anything underneath it?
Yes, the cinder blocks continue down.
Continue down, but this one is sort of loose.
In this section where Gahareth finished the tunnel, he didn't dig further down. It ended at the wall,
Right.
and the cinder blocks that you see beneath or in that bottom left or bottom right corner look like maybe he may have moved them and then closed the passage up and covered it over with mortar.
Okay, here is what Ivar would like to do. Ivar takes out his water skin and he's going to pour some of the water on the brick, especially the edges that are loose, to basically get the dirt or whatever is covering it potentially wet, whatever crevices are loose. And then he's taking a knife and there's a blanket that he has in his inventory. He's going to take a part of that blanket. He's going to rip a piece. He's going to attempt very gently with the knife first to see if he slides the tip of the blade on the edges of the cinder block to test how loose it is or how much effort would there need to be. So it's kind of like just putting it as basically sliding to see if there's parts that go like that where like he needs to like tip the knife to see.
I'm gonna say give me a dexterity check just to see how well you are at, or you can either do it just a simple dexterity check or sleight of hand.
I was
Neither.
gonna say, I've got a short bow or something.
Wait,
Could I s-
if that's what's required, Ivar would call for Neska
Okay.
and he would
Or
just
maybe even Yonshu. I don't know who.
Yonshu would
better
probably
sleight
have a
hand.
higher sleight of hand than me.
he probably would say Yonshu, and then he just flips the knife with the
So good to be finally asked to do something. That is very nice. Thank you.
he literally just flips the knife in his hand with the handle toward Yonshu as he just points at the thing and just says, "We just want to know how much work does it still need?"
Okay.
And obviously providing help action.
he's good.
Of course he is.
It's alright. He's good. He doesn't need your help.
Of course he is.
Yeah, it's a dirty 20. He begins to very delicately. He recognizes that we don't know what's on the other side of this wall. Neska's told us that there's something ominous. There's a heartbeat sound. Yonshu feels looks like he's very happy to finally be doing something. He begins to just very slowly, with the added moisture, beginning to just very slowly de-mortar the thing that's holding this particular cinder block in place. Slowly chipping away. He begins to, with the palm of his hand, he basically puts his fingertips at the surface of this cinder block, and then he 5 fingers it into a fist to see if it gives. And sure enough, there is give, and begins to just very slowly, gently, delicately begin to wiggle the cinder block loose. And after applying pressure and gently coaxing it, he is able to remove this cinder block from the wall. The rest of the wall is still very much intact. He's able to push it to the side. And he gestures to you three and he says, right, wants to look.
Now, we are technically not behind total cover, correct?
I mean, if you want to look inside the what's on the other side of the wall, you can.
Yeah, but if you stick your face in the hole.
Yeah, but even if I were not to look, technically speaking, anything that's on the other side,
With divine sense.
with divine sense,
It would have partial cover.
it's partial cover.
No,
Which
it's
means-
still full cover because you can't see what is even there to look at, to even detect.
Fine.
Total cover would be that it is completely not perceivable. Even if there's if you're holding a door in front of you, you're behind total cover.
Right.
Even though
Noted.
there's open space all
Yeah,
around.
but unless something is on the other side of that wall, just sort of sticking their head in the hole, you're not.
Now I'm just hoping for like a face to be like,
But yeah, you could shove
just
your
Rihanna
face
just
in
sitting there
and
being like,
completely
"Hey
be
guys,
fine.
what's up?
Long enough.
You know, I was just about to fix the mortar around this. I'm glad you
Did
pulled
you
it out
enjoy
for
your
me.
cheese and crackers?"
you just see someone's head with like the mortar and stuff, just like about to like close it. Just...
Sorry.
It's just Buster Keaton on the other side.
Oh man.
I'm happy to look.
Yeah,
That's my head.
I'll let consider that Neska started the investigation
Neska.
with the sound and everything. I'm gonna say yeah.
Give me a perception check.
I'm gonna use the dice that gave me the nat 1.
Ooh, tempting fate.
That was
Ooh.
its bad juju. Nope.
Help action?
No,
That
you have
was
to
another
declare.
nat one.
You declare the help action before you're rolling.
But what is time anyway?
What was it?
It was another nat 1.
Double.
2 nat
burn,
1s in a row.
Melt the dice down.
Straight to
Undo
jail.
what has been done. Unmake it. Cast it into the fire.
I just love the little blur of the head. Just
Oh, that's.
wait. What number? What number?
That's a 17.
Yeah, it's desperate now.
Yeah.
Don't
Just for
throw
shits and
me
gigs.
away.
I'm going to roll the
Taylor,
other one
don't
just for
do
shits
it.
and gigs. That one was a 14, but I rolled
Okay.
a nat 1. So
Desperate.
my investigation is
Threatened
a
it.
5.
For whatever reason, the room on the other side is extremely poorly lit, which shouldn't hamper you, seeing as you do have dark vision. But as you look
68.
inside, you can't quite make out. There seems to be some kind of crates and boxes on the opposite side. You can't really get a good view into the room unless you were to completely remove all of these cinder blocks completely out of the way, at least in that 5x4 space.
Is there a way that I can maneuver myself and wiggle through that space? Like, no, oh my god, wrong character. Neska is a little thing.
I mean, they're a medium-sized person.
Yeah, she's a little, like, she's 5 feet tall. Like, she's a small, like, she's not tall.
She's petite.
Yes, thank you. That's what I'm looking for. She's very petite, very flexible.
Yeah.
Can she wiggle her way through to hide, like, to get behind the crates and then peek over?
Maybe if you to remove one extra brick, you might be able to get through.
Question. I'm gonna say that Ivar probably is either kneeling, like get close to this thing, the entry point. Is there any difference in regards to the sound, or are there any other things recognizable coming from the other side now that there is a gap?
Oh yeah, what about the heartbeat?
The heartbeat has stopped.
Motherfucker.
Can I... Shit.
This is not...
I mean, if you need to, you can. I'm not going to keep you at the table. If you need to go do your business, go do your business.
Yeah, because I might just poop myself with everything that's going on.
The reason I said that was because, Taylor, you said, can I just shit?
I didn't even pick that up. I was like, because I was like, I wanted to do something, and then like another thought happened, and another thought happened, and like my brain wigged out.
I mean, I don't know why
wait, I have a question.
That, but she can shit in the hole. Why not?
I have a question. I have a question because this is something.
This brick wall has become my door. God damn.
Yes, it has. Yes, it has. It fucking has.
Like, can I seduce the door?
If Guardo was here, he would be dancing in front of the wall. I promise you that. No, but the sound, the heartbeat sound, the whir and the vibration, did this stop during the removal of the brick? After the removal of the brick?
After Neska looked into the room.
Can I please go back to the brick? So we know the side, because it's going to be immaculately clean from where Gahareth has cleaned it. Are there any runes or markings or something on the other side, or even like around the entrance that we've taken? Can I depict whether or not I've triggered something?
Well, it wouldn't have been you who triggered it. It would have been Yonshu. But if since he was the one who moved the brick, give me an investigation check.
Not using.
Help.
Put that thing back where it
dice.
came from. So help me. So help me. So help me. And cut.
That's what I am saying about the brick. Put it back.
No, he's like, that's a work in progress. I used my nat 20 dice and I got a 3.
Yeah,
so
you don't see it. There are no runes that you can see.
Investigation makes it a 7.
Mm-hmm. Do you want me to loosen another brick?
No. Do you feel that?
Feel what?
The vibration stopped.
Shit, I had not noticed.
We should put that back very gently and come back another time.
Do I hear anything coming from the other side?
No.
Remove another.
Don't remove another.
I'm also, just in case it's not obvious, probably Ivar would also make the gesture of like,
I want to squeeze through and have a look.
Yonshu?
Squeeze back through.
That is a 25. Yes! Again, slowly, gently, perhaps even with some quieter gestures than last time, he begins to slowly with the added moisture and the use of his dagger and a piece of his tunic, he's going to very slowly just drag the knife across the mortar, basically just start to chip away at it. It actually gives very, very nicely. He's able to just slowly, that's another dirty 20. He's able to slowly move this particular piece of mortar and brick out of the way and moves it right alongside the other one. A space now exists for definitely Jal and definitely Neska, maybe Yonshu, but not Ivar.
Couple of things. How close from this wall is the last torch or the last brazier section?
The last one is like literally right there at the wall.
I think Ivar probably would have asked Jal quietly to turn off the torches in the nearest torches.
I was about to say like the clapper, but that's the opposite of what we want to do. So just a little click, 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 turn a couple of them off.
Oh yeah, can't you control flame? Or produce flame?
Prestidigitation.
Yeah, do that. Go.
And just so is the room across, is there light coming from it or is it dark?
It's dark.
But I can see. Okay, if there's just enough room for me to wiggle into, I would like to, as stealthily and carefully as possible, squeeze my way through. I just want to look.
Are you attempting? Are you trying to do this?
Yes.
Okay.
I would like to look for any traps or sigils as I'm like creeping in, looking around before I go too far.
Are you doing this stealthily?
Yes.
Okay. Survivors of the fucking tunnel. As you
wait. I'm also I'm casting Shield of Faith on her.
Neska, I need you to give me a series of rolls.
Okay.
First one is stealth.
Uh-huh. 16. 9 plus 7. Yeah, 16.
I also need you to give me an athletics check.
Athletics? The acrobatics? Shh.
I love this, by the way. For those of you who are watching, there have been, who knew? There have been multiple points during this campaign where an athletics check has been asked of Neska. It always ends in dramatic fashion.
Mm-hmm.
And even having a DC that I physically cannot make.
What did you roll?
It was cocked, mostly on a 17, but it was cocked, so I re-rolled and I got a 4.
Okay. So you, on a 4, as you're moving through, you slowly, careful not to give up your position, you very quietly begin to make your way. As you do, a portion of the monk's garment that you are wearing gets snagged as you're trying to basically like make yourself as small as possible, and it begins to like tear ever so slightly, and you sort of like yank it, and at that point it was a 4, correct? The sharp movement as you try to yank it free makes a portion of the brick right above you break off.
Oh, crap.
I need you to give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, that's fine.
You have you also have a +4 because aura of protection. Sorry, aura of
So dexterity saving throw. Natural 15 +7 +4. 22, 20 what? 22, 26.
As you feel ever so slightly, the bricks right above you begin to crush down on your waist. And you take 1 point of bludgeoning damage. But you're able to inch your way through very quickly. Still being quiet, but you are able to make your way through, and very carefully, using your feet, you're able to sort of lower the brick piece that was crushing down on you onto the floor without making a sound.
So now, rather than the hole being on the floor, it's now like 3 feet above.
I'm sorry, what?
So the hole originally that we created, the brick has been removed and put to the side by Yonshu, and then I've wiggled my way through. The next brick has fallen
On you.
Yeah, but I've managed to lower that. So now there's a hole. So the bottom brick is now filled, and there's a hole above it, basically.
Yes.
Yes, cool.
The Tetris of it all. Yes.
Yes. So there is a hole that I could still... There is a hole that others could like look through and I can whisper through.
Yes.
I haven't created a cave in.
Not yet.
I don't like it. Okay. Take a moment to catch my breath. What do I say?
Okay.
And I will move around stealthily as possible to get better vantage points if need be.
Okay. You find yourself as you make your way down, because it is down, as you make your way through, you do see that there are crates on the other side. As you look down, though, you drop down 3 feet. So the hole is actually just where your floor is. It is 3 feet down from that hole, down into the room on the other side.
Also, we've come into the roof of this room.
Not the roof, but like 3 feet, like right here.
Floor of the room.
Yeah. So the middle of the wall, basically.
Oh, yeah. Cool. Yep.
You find yourself in a very alien-looking room. Alien in that there are beings in this room that you have never seen before. Armored, mechanical, maybe organic in some form or another. All of them wearing black, almost obsidian-looking armor. A single eye in the very center, glowing a dim red. You suddenly realize the sound, which has returned, thrum, the was the collected, in synced heartbeats of about 40 armored beings.
They all look identical.
Identical.
Oh, I have a theory. I will crouch back down through the hole.
You mean jump up?
I will... Yes, I will do what I can to get back to the hole, and I just want to. I don't want to go through it yet. I want the group's opinion.
Okay.
It sounds like there are synchronized armor. Obsidian, by the looks of it. I don't believe they have noticed me, but I have a theory.
What is it?
What if Rihanna is not just writing people out of existence, but taking their essence? And putting it into these things.
Building an army with the spirits of others.
Wiping threats, sending them to doomed timelines. To steal their energy to do this. But we made it back. Should I investigate further, or do we leave it now?
How many are they?
There are 40 of them. At least in this room.
What else is in the room?
Crates.
Nothing like, I don't know.
Power source.
Power source, anything like that?
Short-term memory. Are these constructs or these armored beings, like, plugged into anything? Like, does it look like they're being fed any weird liquid? Like, if it's an alien-esque room.
Is there perhaps a central processing terminal that just has a nice little window that says username and password?
Is there a CPU?
Yeah.
Is there a GPU?
Is there a how are you?
Neska, as you glance about the room, there does not appear to be any central power source. It seems like these beings are in some kind of stasis mode. You're not sure if perhaps they are aware of you and just haven't moved. Do you know that you've been very, very quiet? And so far, the sound of a heartbeat hasn't changed.
These are not visible.
Not to you.
Yeah.
Do I continue to investigate or leave it here?
See any other ways in or out of this room?
You do. On the very opposite side, there are two ranks of 20 of these armored beings in a single file line. Stretching out in between the line on the far side is another door. No, just the 40. So it's 20 either side.
Did you perchance looked at the ceiling? Or the ground?
I will look at the ceiling and the ground.
Ceiling actually feels, or looks to be just maybe a foot taller than the tallest being, armored creature.
And how tall are they?
They're about 6 feet tall.
Oh, damn. Okay. So the room's okay, so 7 feet. There's nothing distinctive about the roof or
It's a stone roof.
and the flooring, the door. It looks like this
It's like
is
a
just
stone
where
room. Yeah. It looks to be rectangular. It's a rectangular stone room with crates on the walls on either side and up against the wall where you are.
and there was a door at the other end.
Yes.
How? Okay. And the floor is just a stone floor or a dirt floor.
No, stone.
Stone. Everything's stone. Okay.
You said it looks like they're standing in formation. Does it look like the formation is complete or there's room for more?
Looks like they're about there's enough room for another 2 single file lines of 20.
So either they're still in production or
There's
half
20
of
of
them are on
them.
assignment.
Do any of the crates not have their lids?
Give me a perception check.
Can I? I'm not in the room. Never mind.
Another natural 20. 24.
There are, for the most part, all of the crates seem to have their lids on them. There is one that is slightly loose, and you're able to peer inside, and what appears to be is weapons that are the same makeup and material as the armored individuals. Black, obsidian looking. And it's a mixture of what appear to be bidents and swords and shields.
I don't know what a Bident is.
Trident,
As
but two.
opposed to a trident, yeah.
Oh, of course. Okay. Bident. Oh, my God, please.
And this is where the shopping episode begins. Yes. I'll take that. Thank you. Right back.
Not a Biden. I want a trumpet.
Oh, no. Wow.
That will be
That
fixed in
was-
post.
Amazing. No, keep it. That was amazing. That was so bad.
A trumpet is basically just a bident, but it is remarkably flaccid.
Not
Can't
obsidian
hold a
either.
tune.
Not obsidian either. Just more orange colored.
Yeah.
Got it.
Bit tarnished. Yeah.
Out
There's room.
of curiosity though, would all the crates be crates that look like the crate that has the weapons in it, or would some of those crates look like they are about 6 feet tall?
So there are crates that are taller, but those are the ones that contain the bidents. They look to be about 6 feet tall. And the ones that are carrying the swords and shields that you found are shorter. They're about 4 feet tall.
And what
There's
size
room
was
for-
the door in or out of here?
The door is about 6 feet tall, maybe slightly
How
larger.
wide?
It's about 3 feet.
Single file.
Okay, well, yeah,
Single
that's,
file.
that's a blessing.
And I'm relaying everything that I'm seeing. Is a Bident considered a finesse weapon?
Probably not.
No.
Think so.
Damn.
If you're using the stats for a trident, then no.
No.
Yeah. Damn, that would have been cool. Okay. I have another dumb idea.
That's my job.
Can I am in my inventory? Oh shit, I don't have any. Damn it, I thought I had ball bearings. I don't.
It does sound like a dumb idea.
I have darts. That's okay. It's a dart. I'm gonna pull one out. Should I throw it and see if they react? If not, should I look at these things closer?
I think we may have done enough for a first glance.
Yeah, listen, Ivar.
Can I try and steal a sword?
Give me a sleight of hand check.
That's when you said Yonshu. Yonshu, fetch.
Sleight of hand, that's going to be a 19.
As you very slowly pull a sword from one of the crates, you feel its weight in your grasp. It's a very finely crafted weapon. Are you going back through the hole?
Yes.
Okay. Give me another stealth check. followed by an athletics.
Stealth. Ew, that's not great. That's going to be a 13.
Okay.
And then it's 1 for athletics is going to be a 9.
Question? Or
We'll get to your question in a second.
I'm sorry. I should have had Yonshu do this.
Neska, no.
God damn it. It's okay. I mean, listen, 40. We can take 40. We can it's 40 armored. Yeah, yeah, sure. It's okay. It'll buff out.
I only have 40 HP right now.
Yeah,
It's 1 HP for each of them.
Yeah, you basically have to only lose 1 HP per individual, and you'll be fine.
I can take patient defense. They have disadvantage.
There you go. I believe music is about to change. That's just me. And I'm not thinking that we're gonna like we're not fully gonna like what.
No, we can't even shimmy the bloody rock back in because we're gonna have to pick up the other one to push the original back in to then put this one and then whatever else I've just dislodged.
It's okay. You've just dislodged your soul from your body.
Yeah.
Andy just patiently waits for us all to shut up so that he can tell us what happens.
Neska. You hold the sword tightly at your side as you begin to carefully push yourself up into this hole that was created. As you move into the hole, the piece of brick and mortar that you had already sort of managed to dislodge when you first entered the room cracks. It's like the scene in Mission Impossible, the first one, where the drop of sweat falls down into the room and trips the alarm. This piece of mortar rolls over you. I will allow you to give me just a straight dexterity check to see if you can grab this piece of stone before it hits.
Can we see this?
I was gonna say, knowing that Neska had something drop on their way in there, could Ivar or any of them be at the ready in case something else happened, or no?
No, this is something you're not prepared for.
Fuck. This is what happens when you trust people. You're like, yeah, no, they'll be fine. We're not prepared. We don't need to prepare for this.
I'm not people.
I am Neska.
We need dope monk shit.
I rolled a 19.
Rolled a 19.
I rolled a 19.
Okay.
For the dex check, it was 16 plus 3.
As it's like any movie that has the choreographer Zhang Yimou doing the choreography. Familiar with Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, or Hero with Jet Li. As you begin to slide your way, you feel the pressure of the brick above you. Suddenly the brick gives way and a portion of it breaks and starts to fall down your body towards the floor. You, with the back of your leg, allow it to get down all the way to your ankle, and then you kick it back up into the air. You immediately toss the sword inside the tunnel, and it twists your body, and you catch it on your foot, holding it in place.
Can Jal mage hand to catch the sword so it doesn't hit the ground and go quang, 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 quang?
Sure.
Okay.
I would have rather you mage hands the stone off my foot.
That's what I was asking for.
You said the sword.
Well,
No.
at first
He can't see. He can't see the stone. The only thing
he can't see me.
the only person who can see the stone is you, or feel the stone rather. You have the stone balanced precariously. I need you to give me an acrobatics check.
Oh, here we go. Okay.
Yeah, I know. I
Dirty
have
20.
This... Okay. I love that Matt and I both had the same of like too much confidence. Don't show too much.
Hold on,
Okay,
girl.
never mind. We're good.
Hold on.
We're good.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Never mind. Let her cook.
Neska, you pull your legs up to your knees, bringing your feet together, holding the stone with both feet as you use your arms to slowly inch your way through the hole. The last piece, the last thing to enter the tunnel is your feet carrying this piece of brick. No noise, everything silent.
Last.
Except for the feeling and the heartbeat inside your chest.
My
And the
heartbeat is
sweat.
louder than the collective synced heartbeat of the room.
Did you mention though that the heartbeat humming vibration thing had resumed earlier?
Yes.
It had resumed.
It's still going?
Yes.
Thank you.
Problem is that we don't know what caused it to stop or what it looked like when they were stopped. So I'm just curious. I mean, suffice to say, I will help Neska in any
Please.
quiet, discreet way possible to get them out of the opening.
You pull Neska all the way through. Neska, you let the piece of stone just sort of fall off to the side, no longer carrying it in between your feet. You sort of breathe a sigh of relief. Yonshu pulls you up and pulls you up into like a hug, like he just hugs you. Just very happy that you're safe.
I
He
sink
couldn't
into him a
see.
little
He
bit.
couldn't see, but the sudden motion and the fact that you've entered back into the tunnel with this piece of mortar stuck between your legs is. He realizes that in this moment, like, you just did something insane to make sure that you guys weren't found out. There is still the hole that exists in the wall in the tunnel. Are you guys going to fill that back in or no?
Yes.
Okay.
As quietly as possible.
Okay.
It would be. I'm assuming it would be very visible from if someone were to walk in, they would see a hole in the. Yeah. Fill that shite up.
All right. Give me whoever wants to fill it up. Give me a stealth check.
Is that a shot note?
Do we
Was Matt a shot note? I'll do it. Stealth, Yonshu.
Okay.
Can I help him?
Sure.
Unless IVAR, what were you going to say?
No, I mean, I was going to say that, considering that Yonshu was the one who helped with the removal of them, if, we need someone who also go ahead and place things delicately, probably Yonshu.
Okay. You're helping, you're assisting?
Yes.
Okay. Yonshu very slowly begins to try and just like patch up the wall. It is very difficult, though. He tries his best. But the fact that the brick broke, he can't tell what the wall looks like on the other side in that room. But as far as what he can do for this side of the room, he tries his best to patch it up and make it look. He's not able to get it as pristine as it was before it was disturbed. But as far as he's concerned, like, he does his best. He rolled an 8.
With the help action, dear Lord.
Yeah. It was a 3 before.
I will. What the sword didn't react. Like it's just a finely crafted, odd weapon.
So far.
It's an obsidian-looking blade.
I still think we should check it out when we make it back to the other side of the tunnel.
I'm gonna say Ivar is gonna have a moment of, move the group a little further away from the wall to like whatever the next best, like not the nearest torches that were turned off, but the ones after that were still on. And he's gonna be looking in the direction of the hole or the gate that they made. He looks at Yonshu. He's sort of, I feel like he doesn't need to even like say it. He's just looking at Yonshu quizzically, like as if to get a sense of like like what do you think when he went and patched the wall?
Sorry, I am not a bricklayer. I am much better at destroying things than I am creating things, and this is no exception. I did the best I can. I do not know what the wall looks like from the other side. In terms of my handiwork, I think we should be okay.
Well, it's going to have to be okay, because I don't think there's a way we can make it better.
We certainly find ourselves in a time where we will have to trust and hope. Because just the journey back will take time, and the more time passes, the more there is a risk that either that is detected or whatever those things are for is executed.
Well, no time like the present, and Jel starts walking back up the tunnel.
Is everyone following?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
And
gonna
I'll put out the...
Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say I'll put the torches out as we go.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that probably Ivar is going to attempt to like put a pep in his step on the way back, though, like trying to encourage the party to
Move as fast as possible.
Yeah.
Okay. Given the fact that this is not unfamiliar terrain, you are able to make it back very quickly, like almost half the time. You're fairly certain that nobody's going to hear you moving back down the tunnel, and you're able to get back to the entrance to the house.
On the way back, I just want to notate the brazier number by where we saw muddy water on the floor.
You noticed it around the 300. It's like 325. Okay. You running back through the tunnels, notating the brazier number. Who is holding the sword?
I am.
Okay.
Neska is. All right.
I don't think I gave it to anyone.
No, you didn't.
Well, I had caught it when you tossed it into the tunnel, so that's what I was going to say.
Oh.
Like I had caught it, but that's about it. Not that I'd exactly fight you for it, but either way,
I want it back.
Okay. Yeah. You guys make it all the way back to the house and the entryway to the tunnel. The rug looks undisturbed. I'm assuming you guys are re-entering the house.
I'm gonna take a moment to try to listen before.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
I'll help you listen.
Thank you.
Can you? Yeah. Yeah, cool.
Wow. That's a 12. One of those was a 1.
Oh, so many ones this game.
There have been more than the usual amount of ones.
That is 5 nat ones today.
My god.
Okay. On a 12,
that's...
you don't hear anything out of the ordinary. The house sounds exactly how you left it.
I'm going to say Ivar's going to proceed to go up.
There are 20 obsidian construct things with Bidens waiting for us.
Damn it.
And he's going to cast Divine Sense once he's up.
You got him. Might as well use them.
Okay. You cast Divine Sense once you are back inside the house.
Yes. That basically he would be going up the steps, keeping an eye on everything, and he probably would do it with speed, like going up with speed, just so he's not caught. You know, just making his way up a ladder. I grab Jaw and I just throw him.
Nobody tosses a jaw.
You make your way back inside the house. Everything appears as you left it.
Okay. He's just gonna.
He said the A word.
He's going to just be standing guard as he waits for everybody to come back up. He's sort of moved. Like, I don't know if there's like walls within the house that would potentially like leave a place covered versus another, but whatever the area is where that kitchen is and that door gate downward is, he probably would like just walk slowly, like just keep an eye on things while the rest of the party is going up.
I'll climb up. I don't want to look out the front door or any front windows.
John will just make sure that everything is closed up, and then he'd move the kitchen table back.
Yeah. You do all that. Neska, you're looking out the front door?
Yeah, like any side or like front windows next to the door.
Okay.
I just want to see if
at this point it is about mid-afternoon. You all, or Neska, you look out the front door. Nothing seems out of the ordinary. Everything seems to be simpatico outside. You see down on your right, there is that sort of the tent army barracks by the gate. To the left, looks like there's people that are entering the Golden Crescent, where he would come from. Yeah, everything looks A-okay.
Cool. I will retreat back into the house and just sit in the lounge room or something. I don't want to pull out the sword and really look at it. Like, is it actually made of obsidian, or does it just is it just designed that way? Like, was there paint or something used in the process of making this weapon, or are there any magical runes on it?
I am also intrigued with the sword, so one of us can help the other with whatever check may come up.
This is going to be... You can make your choice between investigation, history, or arcana.
I have a +3 in investigation and arcana.
I have a +8 in history.
Ooh.
We're gonna help her.
Yeah. The thing I got a +8 in is deception, and I don't think that's going to help us right now.
The only
That's
thing
still...
I got +8 on is this ass. Sorry.
I rolled a 6 and a 5. So 14.
Not really able to... It appears to be an obsidian blade, recently crafted, perhaps. Can't really glean. There doesn't appear to be any kind of markings.
So, DM, would Ivar's history during his time as a commander before the nightmare and his many dealings and confrontations have any sort of past information that could be related or connected to maybe I have seen some work like this before? Like, is this obsidian similar to the obsidian that I wielded? Or
Ivar,
Am I in danger?
give me Give me a history check.
It's not the day. Today's not the day. It's a 6. It tilted slowly on an 11. Not that it would have helped that much. And then it just 4.
Gotcha. Yeah. This blade looks like, for all intents and purposes, it looks like a sword. It is, but the only thing that stands out in terms of, separating it from the sword that Ivar carries or the swords that you've seen the other people that you've encountered carry is that it's obsidian. It appears to be obsidian.
And Neska, you said that this was the same thing that these things were made out of?
It looks like it. I didn't touch one of the figures, but the coloring is the same.
His Majesty Lord DM, do the dwarves ever work with obsidian? I know that that's an uncommon material, but if anybody's working stone, I would assume the dwarves.
You don't know.
Well, we determined that it doesn't seem to be anything special other than it's made of a unique material. Regardless, if it is the same thing that these things are made out of, it is kind of easier to pierce steel with steel or to pierce, something with like material or harder material. So if what this is made out of is supposed to be better than what we already have, might not be a bad idea to at least hang on to it.
We still do not know if it has other capabilities. You can tell that Ivar is looking at the sword, even if he doesn't have any ring, any bells or anything, for obvious reasons of his very recent past history.
I can't do anything to figure out if it is enchanted in any way. I could just try to remove it if there is one there.
I think it would be safer for none of us to wield it until we can find out more.
Certainly wouldn't be safe for us to go parading around with a stolen sword.
Oh yeah, no, let's not do that.
We do not have to. And then he gestures to Y'all's ring.
Yeah. Not the first time I put a spooky sword in there.
Didn't go
Do we
great
really
last
want
time.
to go through that again?
Why not?
I didn't enjoy my first experience.
It did what I wanted it to, which was keep it out of his hands.
The sword and the thing that I wielded were bound to me in more ways than one.
True.
I think, for now, being that it appears Neska, who has come in contact with it, remains unaffected. It may remain as such, so long as we do not test it.
So
I am fine continuing to hold it.
Neska, put the sword on the table.
Why?
We will put it away from all of us.
Fine.
Let's go. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Ah, shit, there it is!
You get a +4.
+4. And is this a magical...
Give me
Is this magic?
a wisdom saving throw.
Is it triggered by a magical effect? No.
Actually, no, go ahead.
8.
With a +4?
Oh, no, sorry. With a +4 is 12.
Okay. All right.
5, 6, 7. Yeah.
You put the sword down on the table.
Happy?
Can I insight check Neska
Sure.
to see
Would I have
if...
even
I know
known
that
I've resisted something? Do I even know that something happened, or is this just
I'm
you
only doing
screwing
it
with me?
technically speaking, that you put it down, but Ivar is using insight from the perspective of he's just trying to he's telltale signs. He's just basically how much mirroring is there here or potential for it.
Mm-hmm.
Today's not the day for roll. I mean, I haven't rolled anything above a 9, I think. That's a 14 total.
We've gone so far
Oh,
around
so
that
cool.
I feel like now we're in the spot where it's just like we're just paranoid.
Mhm.
Like we haven't died yet, even though we felt like we were gonna die so many times. So now we're just like everything's gonna fucking kill us. It's
Yeah.
just,
We have messed around so much.
I'm about to find out.
That's okay. That's okay. That's
Oh.
okay. You don't notice anything? She's curious as to why you're she's curious as to why you don't want her holding a sword. Like nothing's happened so far, so
Joel,
she's just curious.
Uh-huh.
your magical hand. Can you pick up the sword with it?
The mage hand makes a thumbs up, and then we grab the sword. Is it in a sheath or not?
It is not.
All right, handle, just even still, not like the mage hand you could cut, but we pick it up by the handle.
Ivar is going to move to open the floor. And he is going to gesture. He's actually going to go down. Then he's going to remove the rug and ask Jal to put the sword inside the circle of the protection against good and evil.
I agree. This is something that we definitely should sweep under the rug. And he's gonna put it down. Does it fit under the rug?
Oh no, he's removing the rug entirely right now.
He's saying
For
put
now.
it
Yeah.
down in the tunnel.
Put it down in the tunnel where
Yeah.
the protection against good and evil
Right.
spell is.
But I'm just, I don't know how big if this rug is big enough to accommodate something like a longsword. Is this like a doormat? Is this like a?
Is it
a rug?
a short
that
sword or
ties
long? It's a sword.
It's a
but
long
what kind
sword.
of? It's a long sword. Okay.
Yeah, I thought I heard longsword. Hey, he puts it down.
Are there any reactions
In
The
what
mage
regard?
hand-
in
mage
regards
hand
to the
pets
sword?
In regards to the no.
Once, okay.
So that tunnel didn't lead to where we thought it would.
Ivar is going to draw his sword, and he is going to attempt to strike the obsidian blade. And he's going to do that while also casting Wrathful Smite, which deals psychic damage, because he'd like to see if psychic damage actually affects this sword.
Oh snap!
Okay. I'm gonna say you don't even have to roll to attack. It's just you hit. Deal. Go ahead and deal damage.
It's going to be 12 and then 1 point of psychic damage. So 13 total.
You bring the blade. You bring the blade down upon the obsidian, and the blade shatters.
For Mordor!
Which one shattered?
The obsidian blade shatters. And as it shatters, you see for the briefest of seconds the shards of the blade as it is broken suspend in air for a brief second, and then it falls to the ground.
Y'all saw that, right? Or am I crazy?
Well, we were all watching this. Like, would we have had to go down back into the tunnel to do
Ivar
this?
did, yes.
Yeah, not necessarily. You don't even have to go down. You could have been seeing it from above. Ivar
Okay.
went down because he wanted to be next to where the circle once the sword was put down by the mage hand. Ivar is then going to proceed to move to whatever the
Bless you.
Pardon me.
Bless you.
when the sword breaks and those pieces seem to suspend for a second, divine sense.
Yeah, you don't. There's nothing celestial or infernal in nature.
Okay. And then the last thing he's going to do, he's going to proceed to whatever the biggest. Yeah, he's doing it for good measure. He's proceeding to whatever the biggest shard remaining of the sword, the shattered sword, the obsidian sword. He's going to put the tip of his blade on it, and he's going to press on it. And in this time around, he is striking it while casting branding smite. So he's channeling radiant damage onto the shard.
The shard breaks even more into smaller pieces.
Any further reaction? Anything else?
Same as the last time. There's a brief crack, and the blade breaks even more, suspends in air, and then drops.
Joel, we will take only parts of these shards and put them away in your ring if you're okay with that.
I mean, sure, but it's not exactly easy to hold a shard in your hand and then stab somebody with it. I mean, a sword is easier for that.
I do not care about it being used for attacking. I just want to make sure that if these pieces are connected in some other form other than physical, they cannot be all within reach of each other.
Yeah, okay. Anything else we want to deposit while I'm in there? I mean, I can only do it so many times. Like, I don't know, we want to pack some food away for the road. Do we want to put, like, somebody just tired of carrying something? Try to get the most mileage out of it. Okay, here we go. And whatever pieces that Ivar has instructed, he would pick them up. Probably still remaining down here. There would just be that moment where the ring just kind of levitates where his hand was, and then a few moments later he would return.
The remainder we will dispose somewhere.
Okay.
But I do not want to leave it here.
Is that wise?
Cautious.
We could have used that as evidence.
It also could have used us if my fears were to be proven right. And I believe the two of you have quite the experience with someone being taken over by something foul. And I can assure you it is not something that I wish upon either of you, any of you.
I thank
So,
you
what's
for your
for dinner?
concern. But it would have been nice to have discussed this and voted on it.
Then I shall wait for your forgiveness as I ask for it, for what I have done. And then he just makes his way up.
I mean, we could scoop those all up into a vase and pretend they're grandma's ashes and dump them into the sea.
We could.
That's not a bad idea.
We could also see if there are still dwarves by the shore.
Do we know of any... Brecca is more trading and stuff. Like, they deal with more like spices and cloth and that sort of stuff. And then they would trade like iron and whatnot from not Ashcaleen, the other continent. So there wouldn't be any mines or anything around here?
There are mines to the north in Saga, or around Saga rather, and there are reports that there are mines all the way in the east as you get towards the mountains. But that was a long time ago, and it's believed that those mines have been abandoned as they are across the desert, and it's very difficult to traverse the desert.
Not to mention, obsidian is volcanic and actually is made from it hitting water and cooling, so it would have to be somewhere coastal. Unless it was manufactured.
Obsidian is also, while incredibly sharp, if molded and chipped away at correctly, it's also extremely fragile.
Mm-hmm. Stuff that Matt knows that Jal does not, because he lacks.
Yeah, this is Taylor talking. I'm trying to think in my head, like, why make weapons out of obsidian that are only going to be good for one strike, or shields that are only going to be able to block one blow?
Matt has a theory, but
I have a theory.
I think that
the theory.
I have a theory that it's a demon.
we know what your theory is, and you smashed your theory.
I didn't smash it, he did.
If you have a weapon that is fragile, the weapon as a weapon may not be the actual reason for it. I'm going to say Ivar is also going to take a moment to go through, I suppose, the bedroom or whatever. He's going to look to see if there are any pieces of clothing, like cloaks and robes and things that he could potentially take, not just for himself, but for the group, to potentially use over their usual clothing for better blending in should they need to exit.
Given the warm climate here, you're not able to find any specific cloaks or anything like that. Doesn't look like Gahareth went anywhere, really. Or at least anywhere where he needed to conceal his presence.
Gotcha. Okay. What time of day is it by now?
Beginning afternoon.
So, what do we do next?
Well, it seems like if we went with either route of using that as an entry point or an exit point, if we went in the front door, it's not a good idea because there's 40 obsidian bodies in our way.
That and the hole is in the roof, top of the ceiling. It's not just something we can run through.
He said it was like 3 feet up, so I mean it would be like a dive kind of motion, but
oh right.
Yeah, tells us something though. Unless these are things that they are parading around their estate as sentries of some kind, they're definitely preparing a force, so something big is going to happen. Don't just make 40 construct soldiers and go, well, that's nice, let's lock them in the cellar.
There is a good observation, however, that Neska made about obsidian and its fragility. And if that is the case, and these things are made of the same thing, and that is assuming, of course, they would be brittle. And if so, why?
The assassins exploded. They nearly killed Yonshu.
I mean, if these
They
things
never
Shrapnel.
really. I was fine. It was totally going to be okay. Like it was a close call. It was close.
You
call.
had burns on the outside of your body.
I mean, that happens from time to time, but
it does happen from time to time.
I suppose it does.
Anyway,
Yonshu Yonshu looks at both Ivar and Jal. Thank you for backing me up.
Jal's just gonna kind of think with the fragility of it, and I mean, those shards are really freaking sharp. If something like that was potential to explode, you're not just dealing with a fireball at that point, you're dealing with shrapnel.
So people would be hesitant to attack them for risk of exploding them.
Provided that they knew what would happen next.
True.
A force
Maybe that
without...
would be the idea. Maybe it's just baiting them in, hey, it's a big metal man, you go and you swing at it with a hammer and then the damn thing explodes on you. And all of a sudden you look like whatever brand of cheese that is that has a lot of holes in it.
Swiss.
I don't think Switzerland is in Odromia, which is why I said that.
It's just called Swiss cheese. Doesn't come from Switzerland.
It's called Swissomia, and
Swissomia.
Right next door.
I mean, that's a theory. That or
It was the assassin that Wait, so that we've encountered exploding assassins twice now. One was in the alleyway with Fatima, and then the other was on the roof. Was it that changeling assassin that made or told the other one to explode?
I don't know. I was throwing the assassins off the roof.
Which was very helpful. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
In that particular instance, it appeared to be that the changeling assassin, had some control over it.
Neska, you mentioned that these things were vibrating in sync.
Like a heartbeat.
If someone is capable of commanding such thing, imagine someone deciding to order an army, not knowing that someone else could potentially make it all explode. A whole army capable of going into somebody else's location with the intent of protecting, only to then create chaos.
Seems silly to destroy the city you live in.
Well, I mean, they're screwing it up anyway. There's literally turf wars all over the place. All these criminal families just killing each other. Just not in the Amethyst Worm.
But that happens in every city, though.
Yeah, but they're like really good at it, I guess.
So, are they trying to cleanse Brecca or destroy somewhere else?
I mean, if this, like Ivar said, if this was something that was sold somewhere and they turn up on a battlefield and you push button, army go bye-bye.
Ashcaleen was overrun by vampires, but none of them exploded.
No, I feel like that part was, I mean,
unrelated.
I think it was unrelated, but I mean, Fatima did say that, like, apparently the Nightmoors had something to do with Maphis. It's a lot of words, a lot of letters.
Fatima mentioned that the Nightmoors had something to do with Grajin.
Oh, that one, much less words. So,
with who?
Grajin.
I'm drawing a blank.
On who Grajin is?
Yeah.
The demon prince of pleasure and pain.
Oh.
9 feet tall, crown of 10 horns upon his head, 6 fingers on each hand. Big ass great sword that does as much damage as a fireball spell.
Someone knows their lore.
He's kind of a big power play he's kind of cool, like from a player perspective.
I thought this was Joel going, big fan.
Yeah, no, Jal doesn't know, barely knows who he is. Jal's just like, I've heard that name. He's like a devil or something.
So we could enter the city, perhaps try to find a place where someone may have answers to the remains of the sword we just destroyed, or we could attempt to be closer to the Nightmoor state, get a better understanding of what it looks like.
I'd say that's not a bad idea.
We still have to remember, though, I do not think we can expect to walk around this city without complications.
Probably not.
Should we perhaps wait for the cover of nightfall?
Depends. Cover of nightfall will also mean less people. Middle of the day, it means that we might be able to walk through the crowds.
I'm going to look down at what I'm wearing, and it's still the monk garbs of, oh my god, is it this continent Nimrion? Am I getting that right?
What's the country?
What is your garb?
Like my monk garb, like is that, like looking at all of us, like we're going to stick out like a sore thumb. Like people are going to know we are not from around here. So I'm thinking, because I'll summon my mask. Disguising isn't too difficult for myself. As flattering as green is on you, it's very bright.
Yeah.
Perhaps we do need to change our appearances. If Rihanna knows what we look like, and Ivar, you shave this gel. Do you have this as well? Or are you clean shaven?
So I have said historically that Jal does not have any facial hair, but that doesn't stop the artwork from coming in with it. It's probably because I have facial hair.
That's okay. Yeah. Perhaps you grow yours out.
It's so itchy.
I wouldn't know.
I think I have more difficult issues of concealment than my beard, as he gestures to his
armor.
Red
rugged good looks.
Red armor. Red. From the Red Guard armor.
We can either find you new armor or paint it.
Well, if we're trying to talk new armor, I mean, it's kind of a blessing that I don't have to worry about somebody snatching my coin purse because there's nothing in it. In fact,
Resisting
somebody,
the
if they
urge to
tried,
make jokes about coin purses.
it wasn't me this time. But yeah, he's just gonna say like, I can't buy armor for him, and I kind of make my own when I need it.
Hmm.
I mean, unless we
So-
want to get a job while we're here, I don't know how well the vigilantism is going to work with getting a 9 to 5.
So I remove my armor or civilian clothing and we venture outside looking for new equipment. Is that the suggestion?
Yes, it is not honorable, but what we cannot afford, we steal.
Depends on who
No.
you're stealing from.
Well, then keep your armor and we paint it. We can get some dye and stain your hair. I can get some paints and cover my scales.
Not to mention, if I'm remembering correctly, His Majesty Lord DM, humans are not very prominent here.
There are humans here.
Yeah, but not nearly like Ashcaleen.
They don't hold the majority of the population. No,
Yeah,
it's pretty much.
I believe you said it
Well-
was like tiefling dominated in Brecca.
In the candles, it most certainly.
Oh, and the
is.
candles. Okay.
So there are humans walking around.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Most
not
of the
like, "Oh my God, there's a
military,
human."
most of the military guard are humans.
A human military guard of Brecca, you say?
I'd say that.
Are you pondering what I'm pondering, Pinky?
I am pondering what you're pondering, Brain.
I am not.
Pinky in the brain.
No, I understood the reference, but
Oh.
I went to Bananas and Pajamas. But I'm still not on the same wavelength.
Mr. Sir Lord DM said the majority of the guards are human. And what was Jall's profession before
He was a
here?
guard.
And what is some of the specialties that Ivar has?
They both need armor. Is basically what they're saying.
Okay. I thought they were like.
Turns
I thought we
out
were going on a different tangent.
there is
Sorry.
we trying to enlist?
there is a tented armor barracks
Not too
right
far
down
away.
the road, like half a block away.
Are you suggesting you enlist?
It may not be a bad idea.
That's a paycheck.
It may also give us a.
I don't think that paychecks are a thing in fantasy worlds. It's there's coin in it.
There's also the potential of connecting with other people from the city.
Didn't we also hear that the guards were corrupt as fuck?
No. The military guardsmen are they are paid fairly well, so they don't have to be.
Okay.
It's all of the merchant families pay into a fund that then gets distributed amongst the guards. It's a way of keeping it fair, so that no family owns the guards. But
gonna say,
and that's
this
not to
still
say that
sounds
corruption
like-
doesn't happen. There are definitely some guards probably that are on the take. But in terms of the overall organization, they get paid well. And the fact that they're mostly all humans, they don't necessarily see, there isn't necessarily advantage for a human to get involved in the, turf war of a Tabaxi clan versus, say, other clan. So they can be fairly balanced about things.
And I mean, if nothing else, it's a way to keep our nose to the grindstone, as it were.
Indeed. Neska, you and Yonshu have great abilities of stealth and disguise and not being detected, but Jell and I do not have the same abilities. However,
So here's what I am suggesting. I think that if Neska will go along with it, we will infiltrate the camp and procure necessary armor pieces for you. Bring them back here, you put them on, and then you pass yourself off as a Breccan guardsman.
Or enlist and actually earn coin? I'm confused as to what the two of you want to do now.
Oh, I'm sorry if I misunderstood. I didn't think.
Oh, I was talking to.
I didn't think you wanted to enlist. I mean,
mean,
it
not
would require
particularly,
some
but-
record of you being here.
There's no history of us. No passports, no birth certificate, yellow cards.
We could just flat out, I mean, I don't know how much sway it would give, but we could go with the truth, which is we're refugees from Ashcaleen looking for work.
This is true. You could do that.
I mean, even though I haven't seen any, I doubt that we would be the only ones, whether or not we're the first ones here. Other ships did get out of the bay.
That is true.
Don't know how many were bound for Siristeer, but
I suppose we can always ask. And Ivar is going to start removing his armor.
Okay.
Then after he removes his armor, he's going to draw the knife again. And then he's going to, if there's a lavatory section where like in a mirror or something, he will probably proceed to go there to shave his beard.
He's shaving his beard. Oh my god.
He's shaving his beard.
Roll initiative. No, I'm just kidding.
you have to fight the beard to get it off.
He's
you
not.
have to fight the DM.
It's as if thousands of voices all cried out
in terror and was momentarily silenced. I feel something terrible has happened.
Somewhere on a Dwarven city ship, Gata is crying.
As you, you very quickly, very nicely shave your beard. Do you cut your hair as well?
I'm gonna say yes, but that's also because I think Ivar at this point has had a very long hair.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's part of his pilgrimage. Like he's allowed it to grow, braided. Like some parts are braids that are actually prayer.
Yep.
And so he does cut it. It's still long. It's just not as long. And he probably would have he probably just lets it loose so it's not the same sort of like arrangement that he had before.
Got it.
Yeah, he, after a moment, emerges as the picture that I sent you. If it helps with the coping mechanism.
Geralt of Rivia, who?
You're going to have to cut his hair off, though. You do all of that. You walk out of the bathroom, or the lavatory, the toilette, and you look like a fresh shorn goat.
I'm the goat.
Handsome still, very, very, very much so. But you've gone from.
Just say it, coward.
Yeah,
just say it.
Say it. You're not allowed to cut it during the edits.
Oh man. You have gone from Patrick Swayze in Point Break to Keanu Reeves in Point Break.
I will say, though, without the beard, you might be able to notice in Ivar's facial features, now that you can see his face more clearly, that even though he is an older Kalashtar, he's not like an old man. Like there's just happens to be this combination of like just his energy and the fact that he tends to be very like rugged and very like just not keeping his looks.
Well, the fact that he had been overburdened by
correct
a dream devourer for many years.
Right. And so like now the combination of not having that nightmare being with a quarry renewed within him, mm-hmm. and now shaving all of it and time passing now, there's like a rejuvenation that seems to be happening. He's still like older Kalashtar, but yeah.
Got it. Okay. You've changed your appearance.
I guess the big ones for Jal would be to remove the flashier bits of the robe, getting down to basically like just
it's impossible.
Yeah, I know, really. That's the hardest part. Like, as long as it takes Ivar to shave his beard, Jal is sitting there going like, "What can I loot? No, that's gotta stay." But like, this ties the whole outfit together. Like, just the whole thing is just slowly coming apart. And he's like, All right. Like, eventually
Maybe
gets down
we'll
to.
find something else.
All I'm
Mine
saying is I
first.
could have been there and back again with 2 full suits of armor.
Yeah, but he just
Okay, let's go
takes the
sign
time.
up for the military.
The last thing that he does is before they leave the house, he takes the ring off and puts it in his pocket. And he keeps that hand in that pocket so nobody tries to pickpocket him.
Okay.
Ivar actually, when Yonshu says that, he says, "I actually think it might be best if only Jolly and I join the military."
Oh no, I'm not going anywhere near that place. I was just saying that let's, as in used to.
Oh, right.
I am not going anywhere near there. We gesturing at Neska. There is no way. We'll stay back. I wish you the best of luck, and I really hope that you enjoy the color yellow gel.
I take it back. I take it back. I'm not going. No.
Oh, no. Don't be a chicken now.
This is
Hey,
not a chicken.
hey, chicken. You see, this guy, I make a joke. I call John Jal. I call Jal. I make comparison because he is like farm animal who is very scared.
I think Yonshu gets a point of inspiration for that.
Yonshu gets a point of inspiration.
Yeah, it's a point of inspiration for that.
Wait.
Absolutely.
Amazing. Amazing.
Gal has never been more upset and more proud at the same time. So that's what that feels like. Pride in someone else. And it didn't come with this unyielding rage.
I suppose it would not be a bad idea to have the two of you keep watch and follow from afar in a distance. There might be things that you might be able to see that we cannot.
Yeah, we
think
might
that
get thrown
is-
out on our asses also. So
Oh, you too? I think you will make very fine guardsmen.
I know I would.
yeah.
I don't know about a chicken though. And then he starts walking for the door.
I'll say, for all intents and purposes, you make your way down the block. You approach. There are these 2 yellow, caped, armored guardsmen standing at a guard post, entering the camp itself. Past the camp, there are tented barracks on either side. That past that go into the gate that exits into the barrens.
I'm debating whether or not Ivar would take his sword and shield.
Don't.
Yeah, never mind.
We're
'Cause
gonna get the standard issue.
his shield-
It's gonna suck.
Yeah, his shield is like his shield. So
Yeah.
that shield is probably like not like a, hey, humble survivor shield.
Yeah.
But yeah,
All right.
he's just gonna go. Yeah, he's gonna go civilian style.
You approach the guard post. The 2 guardsmen immediately step out with their spears pointed in your direction. What business you got here?
Apologies, we're honestly trying to do what you're doing. We're trying to sign up.
You're trying to sign up for the Yellow Caped Guardsmen. Okay. You're gonna want to go. You're gonna want to go talk to that big guy over there. And he points off past the guards post. There looks to be a small table desk with another guardsman just looking like he's managing paperwork. There's like a bit of a queue of fellow Breccan soldiers, all human, who look to be signing up.
All right, sounds good. Hey, between you and me, how's pay? How's leave time? Like, take care of you at all? I mean, I'm gonna take it anyway, but just give me an idea.
Hey Dom, this guy wants to know about pay. Yeah, we do okay. It's
Do okay.
it's not bad. We get a time off every now and then.
Okay.
Primarily, once you've been here long enough, the perks start availing themselves to you, though. So hey, hope you stick around.
I don't know where else to go. Home blew up. I don't know if any words come from Ashcaleen yet, but it's a crater now.
Oh, Ashcaleen, never been. Ah,
And never will.
he completely misses the fact that you're talking about the fact that it was a crater. All right. Well, my name's Dom. This is Lawrence. You say your name was?
No reason to lie. Jaw.
Okay. Nice to meet you, Jal, and your older buddy here.
Oh, Ivar's already walking to the other guy.
Oh, okay. You just walked right past.
Yeah.
I don't want to lose him. You're right. He can wander off sometimes, and he's just gonna start walking that way.
Okay. You join the line. You eventually make your way up to the front of the line. It looks to be an older guardsman who has like some medals on his chest. Just looking at you, looks you up and down, Jal. All right, state your name.
Jal Hord'n.
How old you, Jal?
What did I say he was? We're just gonna roll with it. 26.
26. Okay. What are you about? Yeah, you look to be about a large. Okay.
I don't know how the sizes go here, but that sounds about right.
And where are you from, Jal?
Born and raised Ashcaleen.
Ah, Ashcaleen.
Yeah.
Okay. Thought I heard something a merchant was talking to me the other day. Something about some trouble going on there.
If that's what you want to call it, the place is made of glass.
I can't even begin to understand what that means. Okay.
Long story short, if you got work, I'm gonna do it because I can't exactly go home when there's no home left.
Sorry to hear that. Okay.
Appreciate it.
Do you promise to uphold the office of the guardsmen and to ensure the safety of our fair city, Brecca?
Absolutely.
Okay. You are going to be awarded 200 gold a month, and you'll be expected to patrol the streets nightly. We're currently looking for night watchmen right now. Some of ours, they've just been disappearing lately, so probably
You
deserters.
said that very calmly. Oh, that's why. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, they hide out in the barrens or in the candles somewhere, and then, they show up, or they book passage on board a ship and get the heck out of Brecca. But, thank you for being here, filling the spot. All right.
So we can.
If you will go over to the requisition officer, he will provide you with any and all of your necessary armor pieces, as well as a weapon.
Can I get a rank off this guy? By
Give
looking at
me
him?
a perception check.
I do it with advantage because I'm a
Sure.
soldier technically.
Yes, you would be able to.
But that's 10.
10. Because you're not native to Brecca at all, not sure exactly how ranks work here, but you are able to reference like this kind of officer who would be taking in recruits back in Ashcaleen. They would typically be like a first sergeant.
Well, then once he says you can go over there to the requisition officer, he's going to kind of give a nod and just go, Sergeant?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, sergeant.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Move along.
Charles walking.
State your name, please.
Tiberius Ashfeld.
Tiberius. Okay. Where are you from, Tiberius?
Ashcaleen.
How old are you?
425.
45. Okay. Oh, older guy. Okay. You look like you've seen a bit of combat.
I have.
Huh. Where'd you serve?
The Red Guard.
Okay. All right. I hear that's a tough outfit.
Used to be.
This is the other guy. He was something about the city. Yeah. So, do you promise to uphold the laws of
Yes.
Brecca outfit? Okay. Usually you wait for me to finish talking. I have to say my thing, right?
Yes.
So, I could have
Yes.
been having to say a whole lot more, and then you
Yes.
just said what you said, and you're still doing it. So, just let me get through this bit. Do you
Yes.
promise to... You're trying to be a wise guy right now?
No.
Just go to the requisition officer. And he just gestures, and he just sort of he doesn't cross your name off the list, but he does put a little asterisk next to it.
Do something.
I'm a sergeant. What?
You said you're needing night watch.
Yes, we're needing at least 5 night watchmen.
Do you usually recruit as much as you've been recruiting?
Oh, well, that's actually a really good question. Recruiting has actually been kind of low recently. We haven't had nearly the numbers that we normally do. Normally we have a bunch of people who are, chomping at the bit to be, a member of our troop, but yeah, numbers have been kind of light lately.
What do you think that is?
They've gotten a better deal elsewhere. There's plenty of other mercenary units that operate within the city that they're probably, signing up for because, there's any number of different like disputes with other families, tons of groups being hired to go out into the desert and kill each other. With that, there's higher pay, there's potential for some kind of career advancement within these families, a chance to be recognized and made even. So, we're just the law officers here.
You said some of the night watches gone missing?
Yeah, not a crazy amount, just, a few here, a few there. It's just all night watchmen, though.
How long has this been going?
Yeah, about the last month.
Thank you, Sergeant.
No problem. Go see the requisition officer.
Yes, and then...
While that is happening, we are, at this point, about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Where is Neska? And because they're with them, Yonshu.
Given that there's not really anything that they can do in the house, Neska will rip off a lot of things, take off her belt, rip off the sleeves of her garb, so they're sort of like they're sleeveless but still like quite thick-shouldered. Rewrap it in a different position because there's not a lot else she has at the moment. And then her hair is normally in a braid, like just a single braid down the back of her head. She'll actually take that out. And her hair is a lot longer than people thought because of how it's been bound. She looks now like a frail young woman, like she's very petite. It's like, right, time to steal some makeup and new clothes. Also, question, Dragonborn, do they have hair?
Some do. Mainly the red and gold ones, and the bronze.
My mask makes me look a little bit more like a black dragonborn, so she'll leave it off. And then just pull hair in her face, try to hide her serpentine eyes a little bit, and try and find a market and see if she can't cause a distraction for Yonshu to steal something and vice versa.
Okay. Give me, I'll just say you are able to do this. You head into the Golden Crescent. There are markets there, some of which do sell different makeups, some for costume, some for beautification. You can choose to either do sleight of hand or an acrobatics. Which one you choose will determine who's doing the stealing.
Acrobatics is my strong one.
Okay.
22.
You immediately start to do this whirling dervish parkour in the middle of this portion of the city square. There are little markets and shops, open-air shops, a bazaar that has all manner of different goods on display. You immediately start to do these flips and somersaults and jump into a handspring and then throw yourself up into a twirl in the air and land on your feet. Immediately, you begin to attract a little bit of a crowd. Many of the shopkeepers begin looking at you. It's at this point that Yonshu strikes and begins to pick up just all manner and just toss it into a bag. All of this takes maybe 15 minutes, and you guys finish up. At this point, you've actually managed to collect 5 gold from the performance.
What are you doing? Thank you. At the end of the performance, Neska will take an exaggerated bow and be like, thank you. And she'll do another, she'll bend over backwards and touch her hands to the ground and then handstand, spin on one hand and land again. Thank you. I'll be around.
I'll be here all week. I'll just be around.
I'll be around.
You want to make sure that you don't miss the next one? I'll be around.
I'll miss the next one, which will be at a time that is not now.
As you are making your way,
her 5th language.
As you are making your way back to the house, Yonshu grabs you by the arm and is like, maybe don't do something that would attract so much attention next time.
I couldn't think of anything else to do.
Hey, I just hopefully nobody recognizes your voice in the future.
You couldn't hear the smile in my voice?
Yonshu is momentarily very shocked by the sound that just came out of your mouth. But then he sort of starts to just has a very toothy grin and then a slight chuckle. And you guys make your way back to the house. Meanwhile, armor requisitioned. Yonshu, or Ivar and Jal, you have your armor, you have your weapons, you have your expeditionary packs, and you are told to meet back at the camp as new recruits at dawn the next day.
Dawn next day. Okay.
Gives a salute.
Okay.
Oh shit. Goes to give an Ashcaleen salute and stops, and then just kind of, yeah.
You do that. You guys make your way back to the house. At this point, it's about 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay. Ivar is going to relay the information from this sergeant. It appears the night watch has been having some people gone missing.
That's
Yeah,
suspicious.
He kind of mentioned the same thing a little bit. I didn't really know how to pry it any further without seeming too nosy.
Well, how about I make us some dinner, and then
You know what? You've worked hard. Neska and I will make dinner.
that is fine by me.
Yeah. Do you guys not remember the breakfast that Yonshu made?
Yes. I had a
that's
giggle
right.
when you said,
Because Jal didn't forget.
I've been thinking about it all week.
No, by all means, please. I would love to see what constitutes a meal for Jal.
Give it a go.
Ivar is going to continue to relay the information as to the two of them are making the food. So just to double check, so Lord DM, Ashcaleen happened about a month ago?
Over a month ago.
Over a month ago.
Actually, it's almost 2 months now.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, it would have to be.
I thought that we were only at sea for like 2 weeks or something like that.
Oh no, you've been at sea for
no, we were
much
on sea
longer
for like a
than that.
month.
Yeah.
Shit.
So it was like 2 weeks on the boat with the dwarves. And then it was
Basically,
like a
honorary
week before
pirates.
we hit the storm and the pirates. And then we were drifting for a couple of days. We were at sea for maybe a month.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah.
It appears there may be some similarities, as Night Watch seems to have began missing people about a month ago.
Good point. His Majesty Lord DM, how long before the fall of Ashcaleen can Jal remember some people from the night crew of the Red Guard starting to swap for shifts at the prison?
About a month.
Oh, damn it, Victor, why are you so smart? Now I'm stressed all over again.
I'm sorry, were you planning on trying to just calm our nerves for the session? Because it's not what I do.
Well,
Yeah, this guy sent you a question.
that's not
Sorry,
ominous.
I was writing notes.
Yeah, for something completely different. You know what? That kind of tracks with how long Red Guard started getting different shifts or anything like that. Whatever, if it is the same thing, whatever moves were happening in Ashcaleen, they're happening in Brecca.
Well, if we are lucky, this new employment will perhaps give us the opportunity to meet face to face with whatever is responsible for this.
We're new recruits or refugees. Anybody asks, hey, you want to swap shifts or anything like that, just accept it. Say you need the gold.
Considering that we were told they need Night Watch, I do not think we're going to have to wait long.
Probably not, but just in case anybody mentions anything like it, go for it.
We can also be prepared for tonight.
You will not be taking the streets alone.
No, I do not think it would be wise.
Yonshu and I will stay in the shadows and watch your backs, if Yonshu so wishes.
On that note, I have a very important question, His Majesty Lord DM. If we want to go over what standard issue Yellow Cape guards armor and all the stuff actually is, that's all well and good. But can I just ask what the armor is?
It's scale.
Fuck. Well, anytime Jal's on patrol, he's going to
I'm
be
sorry.
next to useless.
It's not scale. It's chainmail.
Still.
Yeah.
Still.
So I can only wear light armor.
Which I can put it on, and that's all well and good, but my speed's going to go
Or is it just
down.
flavor?
I'm going to have disadvantage on a bunch of things, and the big thing, I'm not going to be able to cast spells.
Would they have picked their own armor?
It's standard issue. You're lucky that they took into account size.
Damn.
You said it's around 5 p.m., right?
As Neska, As Jal and you are making the food, you're just chopping up the veggies, and he's sort of combining everything, and you're sort of watching him as he begins to create some kind of almost a ratatouille style dish. He's talking, you're all sort of swapping conversation, everything very pleasant. And then a voice creeps into your mind. My lovely. How tasty to have you in my realm. As you are cutting, Neska, you are chopping the vegetables really, really fast. And then suddenly, you cut into your finger and pull your hand back. Blood begins to drip down your hand. Welcome, my sweet puppet, to my labyrinth of your darkest fears. Oh. Now let the shows begin. I would like you. And you feel like this voice is whispering in your ear, like that close. Please close your eyes for me. Picture for me your worst fears materializing in the tapestry of your mind. You are merely a player in my macabre theater. Shall we explore the corridors of your mind, my dear? Unveil the hidden chambers where your deepest fears lie dormant. I am the curator of your nightmares. And right now, my masterpiece will be painted in the vivid strokes of your screams. And Neska, I need you to make an attack roll against Jal, if they consent. I'm sorry, I should ask.
If I consent?
Yes, well, both of you, really.
To being attacked? Oh, just in PvP, like making sure.
Yes.
Doing the good DM thing. Very good. PvP is always on the table for me. I'm okay with it.
I'm okay with PvP.
Okay. Back to the game. What the fuck do you think you're doing?
Well, shit. Am I attacking with the knife?
Yes.
Forge. Oh my god, that's a natural 3.
Okay.
So 10.
10.
Well,
Jal?
I have a +7 to my attacks, so
that's a 10.
No.
Okay. Jal, you were standing right in front of the pot that is currently being, has boiling water inside of it. You're taking the cut vegetables and dumping them into the pot. You suddenly, with a blur of speed, you suddenly see a knife just coming at your throat, almost in slow motion. You manage to move slightly to the side. It nicks you, drawing the faintest drop of blood.
I get 2 attacks technically.
You do.
I'm going to say that.
I'm so sorry.
Ivar's going to be up very fast.
Oh,
Y'all
that's
wouldn't
gone.
be quiet while this is all happening. That's for damn sure.
Mm-hmm.
That
Very
is going
important.
to be a 15.
I have nope. That still would hit even if mage armor was up.
Okay. This will be a D4 plus your proficiency.
You mean dexterity?
Yes, sorry.
So D4 plus 3. 6 points of
Piercing damage.
slashing.
Yeah.
6 points. Oof. So yeah, 1 happens, and like as he's just moving on to Neska, what are you? And then I don't know how the second attack is coming in, but you land it.
So it's slashing. So it's like it comes at your neck, and then the other one comes from the side, like trying to take in like this area right here, like coming into the well and stabbing up. I need everyone to roll for initiative.
This is exciting. I hate it.
Are you kidding me right now?
What? Do you want me to roll initiative for you?
No. What did everyone get?
Not one.
And that one. Okay.
Oh shit.
It's an 18 for Jal. I'm not going to beat Neska.
22.
Okay.
Rolled a natural 19 with a +3.
That is an 11 for Yonshu.
Oh god damn it!
It's still our game, friend.
Everyone's
So you
just
got a
shocked
surprise
that I've
round.
suddenly done this.
That was the surprise round.
Just in case it comes up again. What time did we first? Oh shit! Because we spent some extra time out. How long has it been since Jal woke up with timey-wimey bullshit? I have 8 hours on mage armor. I need to know if it's still up when this happened, because that's going to be the difference between my armor class being 12 or 15.
Since you woke up this morning
Yes.
and then went through the entire everything in the alternate timeline. Oh no, it's gone.
And then, okay.
Yeah.
AC 12.
Did they give us the standard issue stuff?
Yeah, but I
Yes.
didn't put it on.
Put it on. Oh.
Yeah,
Oh, you didn't put
nobody,
it on while you were
nobody
there?
said that they were putting on their armor. So
Okay.
Oh, they weren't starting work yet.
I added it to my inventory to see how things looked, and it's not great. So yes, I'm not going to wear that unless I'm on duty.
Damn.
Neska, as you make that surprise round of attacks, you hear again, almost like it's moving your hands for you. You feel almost like you are still the person behind the wheel, but someone is moving your hands, using the expertise that you possess against your friends in this moment. And you hear the whisper, "Sweet dreams." And I need you to, with all of the monk abilities that you possess, try your hardest to kill everybody in this room.
Oh shit. Cool. All right. Let's go. I'm so sorry. Giles right in front of me, so
Taylor, don't be sorry. Do what you must.
I messed around and I'm finding out. So, surprise attack. I've struck and missed, dropped it, caught the knife, and slashed again. And then I'm just coming in at you like mad woman. With the knife, first attack, 14.
That it's.
That's going to be another 6 points of slashing. In order
Okay.
to do flurry of blows,
They just need to do the attack action. And
I just need to attack. Okay, this is an
And then
unarmed
the
strike,
bonus.
but I need to attack first. Okay, I didn't know if I needed to have an unarmed attack first. Cool.
Still
Second
get
attack
two
with the
your
knife.
Action, so yeah.
So I get 4. Jesus.
Yep.
Oh god. 18.
That
The
hits.
second. That's going to be another 6, and then
Okay.
bonus action flurry of blows.
Uh huh.
So 2 punches. That's going to be cocked. Another 18.
That hits.
Another 6.
Have because now it's bludgeoning damage.
Because it's now bludgeoning. Yes.
Wait, are you at the monk level that your hands are magic?
Yes, they are.
Fuck. Wait a minute. Let me read my feature to see if it includes that.
Yeah, I'm level 10.
Nope, that's not what I want. Double checking. That's that. Is that part of this? Nope. I'll either. It's not telling me here. What kind of bludgeoning? Maybe it'll tell me that. It just says bludgeoning. It doesn't say non-magical bludgeoning, so I'll still take the half. So what was the second?
The second flurry of blows is going to be 12.
That is my AC, so you still hit.
It's going to be 9 points of bludgeoning, and I'm going to spend another key point for stunning strike.
That's a con save. Plus 2.
yes.
That is a 12.
That, I believe, fails.
I'm gonna guess it does.
Where is it? Unarmed strike, vision defense, stick with the wind, unarmed strike. Oh my god. Minute harm, key points, key for your vision, touch. Stunning strike. Yeah, DC 15, you fail.
Mm-hmm. Wait.
Why did I not do that on my first thing?
I was gonna ask if you want.
Because then I could have gotten
be honest.
bloody advantage. Oh, that was Taylor's screw up.
It's fine.
Because I forgot I could do stuff.
It's okay.
You're still doing exactly what it wants you to do.
Yeah.
Jal is bleeding.
I'm... Oh no, I can't do patient defense because...
You've already,
it's flurry of blows. Yeah,
Yep.
that's all in my bonus action. So I'm...
It wouldn't want you to do that anyway.
Yeah, I'm not going to move to another target, so I'll stay.
Have you used every possible thing that you can use to take as many attack actions this round?
Yes.
Yes.
I have
Okay.
2 attacks, then I did flurry of blows and stunning strike.
Great. All right.
So action, bonus action.
Jal, you are stunned.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh, and you were next.
Yep.
Oh,
That brings up Yonshu. Yonshu sees all of this happen and immediately moves behind you, Neska, and tries to grapple you. That is a
that's-
10.
so his has to use athletics, but as the defender, I think I get to use either acrobatics or athletics. So acrobatics. He gets me 8 with a nat 1.
Okay.
That's another nat 1.
You are
That's
grappled.
7.
He grapples you and
It's good
holds you
now.
in place. He is actually going to end his turn there. As he has grappled you and held you in place, he literally, you can hear it, but it's a distant sound of his voice as you hear just almost a cacophony of laughter in your head. Yes. Do more of this. And all you hear is Yonshu grabbing, or you feel Yonshu's pressure. He's grabbed you across the chest, trying to hold your arms down at your sides. He has you just sort of lifted up into the air, and he says, screaming in your ear, "Neska, this is not you. What are you doing?" Ivar, it is your turn.
Neska, can you give me a wisdom saving throw?
Is this a magical effect?
It's a spell.
Yes.
Then yes, I get advantage on this.
Okay.
That was cocked. Far out. I have too many dice in my tray. That was the same.
Just sitting
That was
back.
I fail. I rolled a 2 and a 3. So 5 and a 6.
As this whole thing happens, and like Yonshu grabs you behind, you're probably struggling and everything. You just hear no, and this voice from Ivar reverberates through the whole room as he casts Hold Person, and you are completely still and can't move. And Ivar is going to stand up.
Quick question. Yuan-Ti aren't technically humanoids.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, there.
We're
You're
monstrosities.
Hold on.
Everybody is going to look. How are you hunting monstrosities? Well,
Yeah, monstrous humanoid snake men.
But
They're humanoid.
what is important?
I have a
Yeah,
humanoid
creature type.
shape, but my creature.
But your creature type,
Yeah, the UNT pureblood, which is what you are, is medium-sized humanoid
Okay.
with vestigial reptilian features.
Okay. It must be like the. I'm probably thinking
Yeah.
of
The other one.
from the monster manual. They are considered monstrosities. I am a humanoid. Okay. Then yes, I am held.
Mhm.
Sorry.
Ivar is going to walk to Neska, look at her in the eyes, but he's not looking at Neska. The next things that he says, he's very deliberately attempting to address whatever the fuck is behind, as he just goes, "I just recently dispatched a coward just like you hiding behind the shadows. Why don't you step forward and face me?"
Neska, if you will allow it, I'm going to speak for you.
Not just like me, but better. What do you want, old man?
I want you. I mean, technically speaking, we're in initiative, correct? So if I wanted to do another spell, I couldn't?
No. Unless it's a cantrip.
No. I want you to release my friend here and step forward into the light.
Nope. Not gonna do it. This is too fun. Much fun.
At this point, Ivar, tears begin to stream down Neska's face. In terms of what Neska sees in this moment, they see their father looking at them, talking to them, as if they've been bad or done something wrong. And their father is chastising them. You see past your father, Neska, is your mother standing in a doorway looking at you, or looking past your father at you, in sort of just a downcast face, almost as if they're ashamed. That brings us back up to the top of the initiative order, unless Ivar has something else they want to do.
No, it's just going to keep holding person.
Okay. You must do everything you can in this round to please break free of not only a hold person, but also the grasp of your friend.
So
I just get
hold
to
person.
make another wisdom save.
Mm-hmm.
So that doesn't consume an action or anything. Wait.
It's at the end of it consumes your whole turn. You literally get to do the wisdom saving throw at the end of your turn.
Well, I'm being held, so I can't. Yeah, I can't break.
Yeah.
Wait, what's the paralyzed condition? Paralyzed creature is incapacitated
you
and can't
incapacitated.
move or speak.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming this creature is overriding that part.
Well, they're talking using your voice. So it's like
Yes.
you are being forced past your normal self.
That would be excruciating.
Yep.
Um,
So it does incapacitate you, which means that you can't take actions or reactions. So unable to use those, that would bring us to the end of your turn, which would be a wisdom save against Ivar's spell save DC.
Stillness of mind. You can use an action to end one effect on yourself that is
You can't use
causing
your
you to be
action,
charmed
though.
or frightened.
You can use your action.
So yeah.
Yeah, I have to, and again with advantage, because it's a magical effect. 17. Wisdom, yes.
Yeah, you break it.
So you are no longer held, but you are still restrained because grappled.
I don't have to make a follow-up check for that, right? To make sure that I still grapple her?
No, because the turn is over.
Yeah.
But because I'm technically grappled, yes, I'm no longer held, but I have Step of the Wind
You
as a
can't
bonus
use
action.
it right now. Your
The
turn is
wisdom
over.
save the wisdom save happens on the end of your turn.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, it consumes everything. Okay, I was going to say I can take the disengage as a bonus action. Okay. Yep, never mind then. Cool. I'm no longer held. That's the end of my turn.
I think that is Jal.
The stun would wear off.
I was waiting patiently. Finally coming back to being able to use all of his limbs. He's gonna take a breath. He's gonna reach out to all of the stab wounds on his body and just kind of take a second and just go, listening to Ivar. He's gonna go, this shit again? Seriously? No. And he's going to reach into his pocket, deuce the ring on his finger, and basically a tendril of green light is going to aim right for her forehead as I cast Dispel Magic. So if she is under the effects of any spell that is 5th level or lower, it ends. If it is higher than 5th level, I would need to make a spellcasting ability check.
Please make the check.
DC of the check, I don't need to know what the spell is, but it would be 10 plus the level of the spell.
Okay, so this would be a 16.
16. So it is spellcasting ability. I have a +4. It's an 18 on the die for a 22.
There is a shriek of pain, and Neska's lungs, the air is driven from them as this creature uses all of the oxygen in Neska to scream. in pain. You dispel the magic. Neska, all you hear before your world goes black is, "Oh, this was going to be so much fun. See you later with all of my family." And he is gone. And that is where we will leave it for tonight.
My heart.
I fucking knew we were not done with that wisdom saving throw. I fucking knew it.
Thank you all for watching. Tune in next time to the Survivors of Ashcaleen, where we will see where our heroes go as they pursue this new thread surrounding dreams, nightmares, and the mysterious plots that are unraveling within the city of Brecca. Thank you all for watching. We love you. Can't wait to see you again soon. Bye.